Hey, you save? How the hell are you? Give me a second here. I am fixing my chat feed. Hello, chat feed. Where are you? You put yourself behind something? Okay, 10 viewers. We're stopping stream and starting stream. Deal with it. I'll be right back. All right. Are we good now? Test. Good. And test. Nice. Fully functional. Everything's working according to my design. How the heck are you guys? Holy crap, maintenance is coming up like soon, like 20 minutes. I've got to get my shit done. Wait, maintenance message. First, is everybody geared? You are missing an artifact. Why are you missing an artifact? Who would have your cigarettes? Rem, you little thief. And who would have your book? It's got to be Arya. We can give a different book to you. I was really hoping Arya was bad. She's bad. She's not bad. She's just drawn that way. Low-key, Robin looks hot, though. I really like Robin's look, too. You can have this one. And what did I need to do here? So you can hold on to, I guess it's Dingus Orb, and you can hold on to, Snow Crystal? Nah, not Snow Crystal. You do need a healing artifact. Do I have a scythe laying around that you can have? Even though uses for Rem are almost none, I hate having somebody just not optimally built. Yo, who just subbed? Dark Lord Odin. Thanks for the 9 months, man. I appreciate the support. You rock. We know Emil Arya is bait because she's wearing Mystic Bookmarks' earrings, right? Oh, man. Could they be any more clear? Tehu ask, what are you wearing, Tehu? Here you go. You hold Snow Crystal. All right. That's done. Secret shop. Nothing in there. Sanctuary. Stuff. Okay. That gets me that. And guys, the freaking carrot event is almost gone. Almost gone. Let's 17 minutes left to get your carrots, everybody. Best comment of the day. Find a life partner who treats you the way this woman treats the front button of her blouse. Trusts you, yes. Who trusts you. That's an old Cirilla comment. I hope the carrot event is a yearly thing. It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. I'm not complaining. Battle. I said battle. I got 11 days to do the auto tower, thank goodness. And let's just quick battle a bunch of hunts. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, another piece of candy. Sorry for any inconvenience. We already... We'll watch that later. Give me points and leaves and stuff. Give me 100 stamina. And... Get him, guy. Oh, equipment. Equipment, you're killing me, game. Simple, select, sell, and gone. We fine now, say we fine. 150 leafs and no charms. Big F scammed hard. Yeah, I have not gotten the bookmarks that other people have gotten. Or not bookmarks, but Molagora that other people have gotten. We got 20 minutes before maintenance. We got 15 minutes before maintenance, Ultimate Simon. I just noticed now that your Twitch description has your YouTube channel spelled incorrectly. Maybe I did it on purpose. Maybe I did to draw attention to it. It's like that time Sue made a video and I convinced him to misspell your so that it would blow up the analytics by making people comment to tell him you misspelled your. God, he was so pissed off that that worked. All right. Why does the pet thing not show here? Why do I have to go here to see that my pet's ready to be claimed? That is so awful. Fix it, Smilegate. Fix it. You
Fix it
on
Friday.
They touch on greatness so often. I just miss it. Sue, say something again.
Something again?
Yeah, you are a little loud. Let me dial you down a notch here. Say something again.
Again!
Okay.
Again.
Let's see here. Screw it. Let's just do Rift while it still exists, right? Oh, wait. Or is it gone? Is it gone already? Locked. Gone already. Poor Fene. Now we can't use Fene in anything anymore because there's no more Rift, right? Don't need more of that. I got FCC recently. Is she the GOAT for real? Congratulations on winning the game, Simon. She is probably one of the most important knights in the game right now for mitigation and protection. A lot of the things that ruin people's lives right now, she fixes.
Yeah, she is basically the left and right leg of the Forbidden One. Ilanav, Empyrean Ilanav is the left and right arm of the Forbidden One, and then Balsarunka is Exodia, the Forbidden One. So, I don't think I need to explain to you what happens when you have all of those pieces.
I hope someone misses to change carrots into good stuff just for the fun of it. Man, Lex just woke up this morning and chose violence.
Yeah, like the data for having Empyrean Ilanav, Balsarunka, and Fallen Sasea on the same team together is kind of dumb. Oh, you use a different variation of the same team I use, huh?
Oh, for Banshee? Yeah. I could do this differently, but I just love that Riza gets a job. Gives that extra attack to strays, and it just works so well. It's so fast. Yeah. And her animations are quick.
Yeah, I use Chloe just because she makes funny noises.
Oh, see, yeah. You use the magic nail to... Do you use a rage set or just the magic nail to proc the extra damage? What's up, Vulcanet?
I use a rage set.
Yeah. Rest for all. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you don't have a rage set on. You're on Destro, aren't you?
Yep, no rage set necessary for any of my stuff.
Yep. Good on you.
You should try it though. The attack that Riza gives to strays, holy crap, is it a lot of extra damage. Plus you get to use Raz, or you get to use Riza. How cool is that? I couldn't show this one in the video though, because people are like, "Oh, when's FMA coming back?" And then I have to make people sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, Joe. I hope Opsig and Astromancer get loved this balance patch. Now, that is a visual. Astromancer. Ooh, 50 drop. Bitchin'. How many do I have now? 500. Astromancer and Operator Sigrid making some sweet, sweet love.
I'm expecting I'm expecting OpSig and command model like there's a command model.
You're
What is
thinking
it?
of bomb. You're thinking of operator Sigrid, right?
It's not. No, it's OpSig and who else? Why can't I think of like as ML?
Command model Leica, bomb model Kana, something Brenus, forgotten robot
Architect
Brenus.
Architect Leica. There we go.
Oh,
okay,
Architect Leica, yeah.
that character is so bad I forgot her name. But yeah, I'm expecting OpSig. I'm expecting Operator Sigret and Architect Leica on the patch.
I full on am expecting Melissa.
Dude, there are like 4 people today. You, I think, are the 5th person today that told me that they expect Melissa on the balance patch.
Vulcanet just said, I can't wait to see the inevitable Melissa and Euphine buffs. 100% clear? Yeah, the only way this fails is if my power goes out.
It's pretty easy to make a 100% hunt run for everything but Wyvern, surprisingly.
Katie's.
Katie's also Katie.
Well, no, it's easy to make 100% Katie's. It's hard to make 100% Katie's one shot. We were able to do it, and is not reasonable.
Yeah, I have a one shot for Katie's. It's like it's more reliable than my Wyvern one. My Wyvern is my most unreliable hunt.
No need to exchange them. No need to exchange them, Joe. The shop will remain open for another week. It's just the ability to earn them goes away, but you'll still be able to turn them in. They're not going to screw people that, like, right now it's 3 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, Golem, Azamanic, and Banshee. Excuse me, Banshee have no RNG. Those fights are super free.
All of my fights have no RNG.
Why don't you special? Are they all one shots? Because I was gonna say that's the thing. Like, it's super easy to build Katie's 100% consistently. It's just one shot.
My Katie's team's kind of a mess right now, but yeah, my 100% one shot, no fail. My Golem team is 100% one shot, no fail. She's literally just here for the speed imprint to make Vivian do things. It's kind of embarrassing that I had to use her.
We're basically like the same team for Golem.
I know we have the same team for Azzy.
Yep, I would closer Charles. Yeah.
Actually, have you tried using Para yet?
Para?
Yeah. No. Para is Para into Vildred is amazing. It's just because she's so fast, she laps, so she's a little bit slower. But she's lower gear requirement because you can just put Para Vildred and not have to worry about speed RNG with these guys. They just go. Yeah. Yeah. But this is faster.
Yeah.
And
because Cultural Charles, people say you can say what you want about his animation. It sucks, but it's short. Yeah. It's very short.
And I have to rebuild my Katie's team, but
yeah, I still play the Alpha Valentine team.
Yeah, this is right now. This is the best Katie's team right here. Just this and 3 friendship units.
Really?
Yeah, really. She solos the whole thing all by herself.
Good on her.
But
you know what? That's what I wanted a balance patch.
But
hashtag free Sermia.
Yeah, I couldn't do the Katie's guide and show people how good Sermia was, because if I did that, they may not buff Sermia, right? Syngelica, and I use... But what if you don't have her, Sue? And I use...
I'm gonna stop you right there. If you show me green Etheria, we're done here, because that's the 100% team.
Rorana, and I think it's Camilla is the other one. I'll have to triple check it, but yeah, this team slaps. It just chews through it so fast. Okay,
I don't use Rorana. I use Etheria, but it's the same team. It's like this is all reliable.
Yeah, there's a Tamisaria variant of this that's really, really nice because you can turn other skills off. But anyway, we'll rip Kane useless unit. Yeah, unfortunately. I think
ML Kane is when Divine comes back to the game, I hear.
Right? I think for Rift, not enough time. Wait a minute. E7 Global and CN servers have the same maintenance schedule today. Now I'm depressed. Rip. So I think, I really hope, Sue, I really hope we get into a room together. You know, maybe we'll knock stream or something and we can put our heads together and come up with teams. I really hope it's not just put Robin on the team. I really hope it's not that. I hope it's not a Fene situation. I hope we get to experiment. But I think Charlotte or Fire Cecilia in the front spot. And Mascot Hazel, of course, for the greater attack buff. And I think probably Haste because he's loaded with debuffs and he heals and he's got a lot of AoE. And then who would the last unit be? Somebody with good AoE, because I think, just judging from the video, I think it's going to be a lot of AoE. Dual attacks usually turned off and her S1 AoE is not super strong. So, but she's a possibility. More AoE. Who do we have? This is an interesting option, especially if burns are needed. It's not a lot of damage, though. She is not a huge damage dealer. We could do something with her. Maybe, but probably not. Not with all the strips that are going to happen. Kana, if 2 attacks are considered, you know, the same as an AoE attack, maybe we get Kana in there. Maybe Mercedes for the same thing. Possibly Carrot. Unlikely, though. Yeah, we don't have a lot of options for ways to do this without Robin. I think it's going to be really, really rough to do this without Robin. But we will see. Maintenance in 5 minutes. Yes, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Isn't Kane spamming AoE with his follow-up attack? You know, it's possible. It'd be really nice to see Kane get kind of like brought back into it. We don't know the mechanics, right? We're just assuming from watching the video, like, all those units were doing AoE and all of them were debuffing, so maybe AoEs and debuffs are going to be a thing, but we don't really know until we see the mechanics of it. It's all just mental masturbation at this point. Is it time to YOLO some multis onto Robin? I think I am pretty set for Robin, aren't I? Where's my backpacks, currency? Yeah, we're good. We're getting our Robin for sure. What we're not for sure getting is our ML Arya. That's gonna be a little tricky. Oh, freaking Fire Aramentha. Good call. Good call. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. I need to change my freaking thing. I put in there to exclamation point those things so you guys would have hot links to the videos, and then I forgot to change them. So I think this is a potential Rift team. And I think that but, you know, for all we know, it's going to say back row unit has to be a ranger. I mean, we don't know what the conditions are for Rift until we see it, right?
Bold of you to assume that the team isn't just Robin.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If it's just fucking Robin, I'm going to lose my mind. That would be so disappointing.
I mean, they did it for the last 2. What makes you think they're batting 2 out of 3, dude?
We got a couple options for Rangers, though. To see, guys. Does it have to be burn? No, I think it can be bleed. It has to be fire.
Yeah, Wukong's That's a testament, by the way, to how bad Kane was. Kane was the only Rift unit that couldn't actually solo his own Rift.
Yeah, he was actually objectively worse until you had RC21. It's going to be Robin solo 100%. I don't know. I don't think they meant they. Okay, first things first. What banner came right after Fene? Do you remember, Sue? What was the next banner after Fene?
Laya?
No, it was Ice Chloe. Do you remember what unit was demoed with Fene when they showed off Rift?
Ice Chloe.
They really wanted people to pull on Ice Chloe. They wanted people to go, this is a fucking Rift unit that I'm going to need. So I don't think they meant for Fene to solo, because that crapped all over their plans to give Ice Chloe a job and make her a sought-after pulled unit, and it didn't happen. I think the same thing's happening here. We saw the demo with Fire Charlotte, and Fire Charlotte is going to be on banner at the same time as Robin. So they clearly are wanting those two to work together in this. So I think they will probably tighten it in a little bit because they cost themselves money. Is this a sign for a Fire Charlotte buff?
Counterpoint. $10 pack that guarantees you win Rift sells like hotcakes for people who forget to roll for the unit or join after the fact.
Yeah, but that sold like hotcakes for Wukong too, and they still made Wukong work in conjunction with other units.
No, he
wasn't so not until RC21 he didn't. You needed a whole ass team to get him there. And I'm fine with Robin soloing at RC21. What I'm not fine with is Robin soloing at RC2. But we'll see. That's what I think was their screw up. I think they did not expect her to solo from RC2 to RC20.
What is this Bihu?
Hello, Anyo. Welcome to the party.
Hi, hello.
So just waiting on Kana, right? Should I face cam? There you go.
Face cam on?
Yeah, I mean, got mine working.
I mean, once Kana joins, the cameras will go all to hell in a handbasket. You know what? Screw it. Let me just go ahead and pull up. Oh, yeah. Wait. Holy crap, is that Kana?
Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Hi, what's going on, my man? How have you been?
Dude, it has been a minute. How you been?
I've been great. Living, daylight burning. hello.
Yeah.
Wait a second here. I will share my projected screen so we can all see. Oh, you guys are lined up perfectly. Holy shit. It never works out this clean. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
You guys are all side by side.
Is it actually like that? Yeah. Cool.
Totally is.
Yeah, I had to get the Arya background for this one. I change the background every podcast at this point.
Yeah.
Darn, doesn't that character look fantastic?
Yeah, dude.
Why do you think she looks so good?
Because she's gonna break every single wallet that we own, bro.
Can you give me two reasons why you think that character is good?
Well, they're very big. Dude, I have so many opinions on that Arya character. I was just looking around and seeing like what people were saying about her, and oh my god, the commentary about this Arya character makes me so disturbed. Oh my god. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. I know I've been like, okay, I'll be honest. I've been playing a little bit. I've been showing up here and there. I'm an emperor. Okay, I've been playing a little, but I always feel like since I've like taken a step back from E7, I feel like I look at it from like a different sort of perspective than I did when I was in E7, like primarily making E7 content. Some of the what is it, like the thinking about like how people consider the characters like strong or weak is just, things must have changed. Things must have changed. Like someone was saying like, oh, finally, like the tank players finally have something to do against the cleavers. Like, you know what? It must have been a while. Like we must have, cleavers must have been so OP for like years and years, and
it's funny you say that because Kata, I won't get into the specifics, but we had a disagreement amongst content creators last night. I won't name who, and one was saying cleave was way too OP, and the other one was like, no, tank down is way too OP, and I'm just sitting here just like,
that was it was a fire argument, man.
It
was more of a debate.
It was like a 2.5 hour back and forth, and I'm just sitting there on the sidelines reading everything as it goes by, and I'm just like, y'all ever think that maybe just the last like 10 things SG puts out are actually the bullshit things? It doesn't. It's not cleave. It's not tag. It's just whatever the last 10 things are. That's the BS thing. I mean,
it always surrounds them. It always surrounds them.
I'll be the first to say. That I've been hypocritical on things. I'm biased on things. And I'll just be the one to say it. I don't really like playing without books. I think it's kind of cool when things guaranteed happen in my favor. Now again, I understand how that might. Hey, like I know that's a selfish feeling. I'm more than happy to feel that. But you know what? After fighting Harsetti and getting dual attacked in arena for like 9 hours a day, sometimes I need something to lift me up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I deserve a little comeuppance too. Like. I'm not gonna just get beat up by like the arena AI by like Snitchu's like 7,000 quintillion defense, like 8 time and Bellion for the 80th time, and then just like take it on the chin. Like I want to win too. That's.
Yeah. Well, look at that library.
I just want to say, after seeing Arya, I mean, I think it's just safe to say that officially Cleave is dead now. I mean, not like all the other times we said Cleave is dead. This time, for real, it's dead, right? So where's my recall on all
half your books don't work. Half your books don't work, man.
Half my books don't work. Where's my ML selector?
Well, okay, I will say, so, all right, so I was not playing much RTA, admittedly, like in the past, like maybe 2 months ago. I had not put that much time into. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you have like a specific like structure for the podcast. Apologies, I know I just came in here like slinging topics.
No, we just
how we do
man.
it, man. This is how we do it.
Okay.
It's just like 2 hours of us just conversing about nonsense.
Okay. But basically, I didn't play much RTA like up until like recently, because I recently spoke to Higa. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Higa.
I know Higa.
Yeah.
I am passively aware.
Yeah, so Higa, he and I were like cleave buddies because we were like in this world of demons, with people like hating speed players. Like it was just me and him. Yeah, and we were like, let's cook something up. Like let's find. And this is back in the day, like we were doing that like Flitica cleave, the Flitica DDR, and what's her name?
My favorite cleave of Higa's is still Destina, martial artist Ken.
That was so good. Oh my god, like the 250 Destina with enough ER that he could resist, but fast enough to push up. So fire. That account is so cursed, by the way. If anyone knows what I
lost to it, dude.
He was talking about. It's for an account that was like almost damn near Rigby level. It is insane that he was able to get where he was.
Yeah, I got baited, dude. I always was like, oh, dude, it's just a tank down player. Why is he picking martial artist Ken? I'm
and
dead.
then it like cuts. such a cool draft. But
I lost to Higa so many times. Like probably five.
To wrap it, and basically I started talking to Higa, and he showed me, and actually part of the reason why I'm not entirely sure if it will kill cleave, it will probably kill cleave for like arena and guild war where you have nothing you could do about it. But recently I started copying or talking to him about more like what he does, and he picks like Orunka, or like he opens with like the really, like you would imagine are supposed to be OP anti-cleaves, like Spirit Eye Celine, and afternoon took flan. But the thing is that he then pairs it with like honestly who I think is maybe the coolest character we've gotten as a buff in like 2 years. Dude, that Litica change was so cool. I love this character.
Litica.
It's insanely strong.
That character is so
her S2
cool.
does more than most units' entire kits do.
Yes, exactly.
It is wild.
Oh my god, it's amazing. I love it so much.
You've been around long enough to remember too, like Damone Kim was the true prophet of Epic 7. He was right about Litica, just like 5 years too early.
Dude, at this point, I'm waiting for Friday to have like a red Cecilia buff to make her the best thing ever. I was like, damn, dude, Shuffles,
bring Shuffles back.
Dude, I remember the old OG conversations about like, oh my god, that Fire Cecilia. It's like, look at how many things Fire Cecilia has in her kit. Like strip, death break, immunity,
she has everything.
Yeah,
she has
and
everything.
and then we were like, I remember, dude, she was so underused back then. I don't even think we didn't even have expeditions, I think, yet. And he was still like, we were still vying for that to be like the character. Like that character is so good. But
I've always felt Red Cecilia was like a good character, but just like misunderstood. But even even me being one of her like strongest defenders, I still remember vividly the Shuffles tier list where he put the best character in the entire game was her, and I was like, maybe top 10. I think top 10 would be a decent hot take. Top 1 is kind of
in Shuffles' defense. There wasn't a lot of immunity sets out there, and there wasn't a lot of anti-debuffs, and she was loaded with immunity for your team and debuffs for the enemy.
Oh yeah, she does everything.
She did so many good things in her kit. She's a little bit of everything, and you remember some of the early how to get to Masters guys. They're all about just build green Senya, coast into Masters, right? Like back in the day, she was kind of the green Senya before green Senya was even a thing. She was the, if you build this unit, you can probably get to Masters, get your skin. But yeah,
damn,
at the
you
time,
just
man,
made me feel so old. Tristen, you said back then. Senya doesn't feel like that long ago, but that was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I think it
like
was
when everyone was running
but,
like Senya with like her. Oh my god, I feel so old, bro. Oh my god.
When did Senya go out?
Senya came out like 2021. It was when Green Senya came out.
Yeah,
it was like
4 years ago.
I know, right? Dude, I know. Oh man,
you know who I used in PvP almost as much as Fire CC?
Fire CC? Who do
Red Maya?
I used I used a 260 speed Red Maya. Go read her kit, man. She's wild.
Yeah,
little creepy green bug-eyed girl. She ruined lives. I had her on my.
I know Norval.
Remember Rose Cleave? Remember Blue Rose Cleave?
Yes, dude. That was. Oh my god. I remember my introduction to Epic 7 like RTA was that I really so like a little bit of background. So I know I'm like probably known as like a cleave / speed player. I swear it wasn't my choice. Like if I go back and looked at, I can't now because it's on maintenance, but if I go back and look through like my acquisition, my like first 5 characters, I'm not joking, are like all the free characters, then auxiliary lots, Faithless Litica, Sinful Angelica, when everyone was using like Sinful Angelica and Vildred to cleave the arena, and then like Challenger Dominiel. That was my like first 5 characters, and I was like, well, back in season 2, that's all you need to cleave. Faithless Litica, like auxiliary lots. You got an Imprint Vildred and Cdom. Like, sorry, I just want to say though, like part of the reason why I also, don't get me wrong, I think Arya is pretty strong if we're just like talking about her. I'm a little bit interested in seeing how she pans out because I've seen a few people cleave without books. Like, of course, it'd be nice if you had books, but some of these characters nowadays, like especially if you're not fighting against some of the like really like I'm gonna base my whole entire account around anti-cleave. Like if you have 150 effectiveness on like your Fire Litica, and then you have Silverblade Araminta, that's like killing half the ladder. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't need books anymore. That's kind of the thing. Like you can actually just get straight up cleave without having
I do want to say though that I think the idea of like touching books again like kind of gave me the chills. I was like, ooh my god, it's been a while. Like I don't like when they do that. But I also think like
you and Whitey, man. You and Whitey.
Yeah, dude, it gives me the yuck, man. Like, oh god, like how are we gonna kill all these characters? But I do think that I don't know again how much she had. Like, there's so many things to factor in the showcase, but like I know it was her second turn, but did you guys see how much damage that Arya did?
31K.
Yeah, it went up
like
to 31.
31,000 damage is like, what are we talking about? That character did as much damage as she has health. And it was like, I get it. And I get it. It is like a light unit, or she like was fighting with like advantage. But like, what are we talking about? She's got like, you know, she's got 40 team advantage.
Welcome to 2025, bro. Like you're out here going just like, bro, I want to play Grace, and then Hoyo's like, here's Miyabi.
Yeah, like what just happened? And
it took 3 S3s. It took 3 S3s.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, like, you know, what are you gonna do to her in those 3 turns? She's got 30k HP and you can't debuff her. So like, what are you gonna do, kill her?
Yeah, she's part of the holy trinity of thickness. That's what I was saying in my video earlier, right? Like, so the president of thickness is a boss Arunca, and then the vice president is Imperial Illidav, and then she's in 3rd place, right? Like, she's like the speaker of the house, bro. If they topple over, she is the new queen of thickness. The three of them collectively all probably have like 250k EHP. It's each.
Like the crazy thing too is like I also want to touch on that because I think that's like another huge thing, this Arunca character. But this like Arya as well, she has that, or she has like a proc, I think, right? Like counter wise, she can use her S1 into S1
yeah, she can.
proc.
She can.
Like,
off a counter and dual attacks as well.
Like, okay, I know it was suggested like a long time ago, and listen, I'm more than happy to say I'm a hypocrite. I'm biased. Like I'm cleave brained. I know that's me. I'm not arguing for the balance of the game necessarily, but I remember a long time ago, I think it was you, Tristen, and I think another person, I don't remember who we were talking about, but we wanted to remove Bellion's S1 from being like an AoE. We just gotta make, like, can we just make the counters a little more balanced? You know what I mean? Like, why is AU fiend gotta be AoE? You know what I mean? Like, why do I gotta get team wide attack down? Like, all these counter things are a little crazy to me. But her S1 also did like a pretty good amount of damage too, and that thing injures.
It has like, injury, which kind of adds up. Yeah, it's gonna
like
we're getting really ahead of ourselves. So why don't we check out the update and then we can go in and talk about this stuff. Can we take a minute? You guys see in my shared screen? Can you guys appreciate this thumbnail?
I love it.
It's good. I like it.
This is pretty good.
The thumbnails have been amazing, dude. The Iron Fist, bro.
It's a 1 minute and 15 second 1 minute summary.
One who perpetuates disorder.
I love this hit right here. Right through the wall.
Such a good animation.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With my Iron Fist line has lived rent free in my head the whole day. The delivery is just so good on that line.
So she's the committee member responsible for order at Shadewood High. I've not watched the rest of the Nadalon High story. Has Shadewood High even like appeared in the story yet?
I mean, at the beginning, yeah.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Bro, you think I read Nadalon High? I read everything else in this game except Nadalon High. I was like,
I saw you streaming it. You went, nope, nope, nope. More kids arguing. Nope.
Her earrings are bookmarks, by the way.
Her earrings are mystic bookmarks. Yeah, that's wild.
Concisely.
Hey man, you might have to give up a body organ or maybe your ears to get her, bro. Like, oh my god.
I'm too poor.
Oh, my favorite. I am so down for Robin.
Then again.
Oh, I love this character. Oh, dude. If I honestly, I haven't used all my slates. They're probably going into this character. I love this character so much. Oh, she looks so cool. She looks amazing. So cool. She's like everything I love about. Or she's everything I could ever want from like a cleave character too, like self-sufficient, dude, defense breaks and extends her debuffs like all on the same, on the same turn. Oh, it's just, it's too good.
You gotta be getting some strong Kefka vibes off her, right?
For sure. Listen, I'm more than, I've got my biases too about like short hair, like sunglasses, kind of aviator type. Dude, she's so cool. I love this character so much.
When I first saw her in like the preview trailer, I immediately wanted her. I said I wanted to get this character.
Yeah, same.
Know who I am?
People are
tells
also
me
talking.
you
I
haven't
know
been
people, because they announced. I think it's like which we'll see in a moment. Like they announced like the Fire Rift.
Mhm.
I don't think she's only locked to that. I think like one of the.
Oh no, she's
downloads
super.
Here's
Yeah,
my theory
like,
on
there's-
that, right? They made Kane, and they made him really good at Rift and nothing else. And everyone bitched and moaned about it. Righteously. He's one of the coolest, edgiest husbandos we've ever gotten, and he is like Enoch level useless. So they tried to bring that back with Wukong. They tried to make him useful outside of Rift, and then they had marginal success, right? He's really, really good in expeditions, and he has some use in PvP. Not a lot, but he can be a good last pick in certain situations. And then they said, okay, we need to push a little further with this one. So they dropped Fene on it, and they kind of went overboard and broke the entire fucking PvE game.
that was crazy.
So
That
I'm expecting...
sorry, go ahead.
No, I say I'm expecting him to reel it in a little bit and try to find a good balance with Robin. I think she's going to be really good outside of Rift, but it'll obviously be her primary focus. But when Rift goes away, much like Fene and to a lesser extent Wukong, I think she'll still have a place in the game.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. She just, off of just reading her kit, she like 2-3 burns is a straight one shot in most case situations. So if we add a 4th burn off her artifact, I don't know how you're surviving that.
Can we just talk about the fact that like they showed her too against an Ilanov? Like that was her damage against an Ilanov. Like if you think like 40k and like 20k to that team is if you don't have Ilanov against this character, you're dead. Like that's there's like, you better have AU Fiend like on 3 or else it's a force ban. Like you just cannot play against this character. Like it just does not look fair whatsoever. And I mean like her activation requirement too, like come the fuck up. Dude. Like any character that does an extra attack, like so like half of the openers in the game, like what? Like it's oh god. The only thing I would say is a little interesting about her kit is that I thought, I mean I guess this is like how they balanced it a little bit. I think what's cool about it is that I do think they put some thought into balancing this character. Number one, you do need a decent amount of F to land, which is like okay for like the people that are gonna inevitably use Arya with 400,000 ER on all your characters. Well, maybe Robin doesn't work, but like I think the fact that you can't extend the duration of stuns, if you could like imagine if you could like extend like bind or restrict and all that, that'd be crazy. That would be so crazy. But also you can't. Her S3 technically doesn't do anything if you don't have souls.
You need souls.
That's
the one race.
Which is like, I think that's like a little interesting. Now, again, it is so funny that they're like, oh my God, like, look at how much Robin does. And they're like, also, though, you need 40 souls to use like Robin's S3 against an Arya. And like Arya looks like she's going to be popular or like one of the better characters in the game. But I don't know, even if it's not something where I get to use her like every RTA match or something, she's still try. She looks so cool.
Yeah, she's a really good character.
I'm dying to lock her in on 3 and then pick Carrot and RTA again.
That's actually a really good check. Yeah. Like if you trap your opponent, they're dead. If you trap your opponent with her, you're dead.
So for the new people in chat, I really want to point this out, and this is important for you guys to understand how Epic 7 works with relation to these kind of units. The Rift event is the most important PvE content to be able to complete. It's where you get the best gear in the game. If you can't complete Rift, that's fine. You still have hunts, but it is objectively better, like almost 2 to 3 times better per gear per stamina to farm Rift over hunts. So everybody wants to be able to farm Rift, and the Rift unit is usually the keys to the city. Now, can you do it without the Rift unit? So far, every time you can, but it's freaking miserable. Now, she's not a limited unit. That means any random daily pull, she could just pop out for you, but her banner ends on the 12th, and Rift will go on for 4 to 6 months. She has got a side story, and that means you can activate her side story to create her banner and pull it, but it takes 5 to 6 months for side stories to appear in the book to be pullable. So if you don't get her now, You've got no way to directly access her until pretty much Rift is gone, other than the fact that Smogate will sell you the ability to create her banner about halfway through Rift. So you either pull her now, you spend $10 to pull her 3 months from now, or you just don't have her for the duration of Rift. So be aware, when we say she's not limited, but you kind of want to treat her like she is if she matters the way Rift units typically matter. Now, you give it a couple of days, let us suss out Rift, let's make sure there's not some easy way through Rift without her, and then you can decide whether or not to pull her, but you kind of want to treat her like she's a limited if you care about completing Rift, and anybody who plays this game should care about Rift, whether you do RTA only or PvE only. The gear is what drives this game. The units are just the units are the chips. The gear is the salsa.
Yeah, that's actually a good analogy.
For what it's worth, though, I mean, the trending really has been. I mean, their overall updates, I feel like, and part of the reason why I even started covering E7 like again a little bit more is just because like their updates, minus the few hiccups here and there, have been pretty good this year, especially so far. Like the Origin update was like fantastic. A lot of the changes that they added, like I'm still kind of shocked at even just the Orbis change. Like I get that it's supposed to be like, it's about as easy or as difficult to get a 23 speed as it is to like get one of those like rolls on like the Skystone thing. But like stuff like that is, you know, it's nothing less than an appreciated gesture, at least from like, you know, Smilegate to the player base. I do want to say though that again, like, I mean, even before Fenny, I think like even in that Wukong rift, like I don't think any of the rifts have been nearly as crazy as I think like some of the earlier ones. Oh man, I remember like one of the first rifts that we did, I was sitting there like, please God almighty, like I'm not gonna be able to clear, and it's gonna do this like I'm just gonna lose energy for the 50th time in a row, and then
First rift was rough.
You didn't have like a cracked out Cirilla and like a cracked out Kane and a good red haste, and it's like, dude, why do I have to
without haste?
When I finally made a rift team, I was so happy because it took so long.
Yeah, like Rift season 1 of Rift was like, it wasn't it, bro. Like only like the hyper end game players could efficiently do it, and even then not all of them. It sucked.
It was brutal. I really expect this rift to be more of a season 2 rift, more of a Wukong rift, where you will probably need a full team, and when you finally get to RC 18 to 21 range, maybe then you can start soloing it or 2-manning it with Robin. But they really want to sell other units. They want to make her so important that they will sell the ever-loving crap out of those Robin special banner tickets, but they're also going to want you to pull on Charlotte. Why else would they do a Charlotte banner and demo her as a part of the team? You know, so I think they'll dial it back. I don't think Fene soloing from the start was intentional game design.
That was crazy. Everything about Fene, by the way, Fene was like, I think the peak of when I like paused, like playing E7. That was a crazy character. Like her as a character is crazy. Like her uses as a character is crazy. Like what, like I've never, like I don't remember when she exactly came out, but I remember thinking to myself, like I'm really caught on like something else right now, like another gacha game or something. But then I looked at Fene, I'm like,
no way.
Also,
is that the Rug?
Sorry, Colleague. Rug is freaking national treasure.
Rug is the best.
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen, bro.
That's too funny.
Well, I'm gonna need that in my chat.
But if we're just okay, honestly, I haven't taken a look at any of actually, since I think they changed the side story system way back in the day, like before I even started WoW or Zenless, I think that's the last time I did a side story.
Yeah.
Really?
Like right before, like I don't know if you guys like, this might be like just the super old Connor talking, but like I think there was a point, or I mean, it's not even, I think there was a point where side stories were like a on your face, like mandatory, you should be doing this like all the time sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then they made it like where you had to open it up, like it's like a choose your own adventure type thing. And the second they did that, gone. Like
I'm
they'll just stop.
100% there with you because full disclosure, I didn't do the Renax story. I totally forgot about it because like I just don't care about the side stories. Now that they're like optional, it's like they're tucked away like 4 menus deep. You're like, I'll get around to it.
Didn't do the Renax story, you monster.
Wow.
I wanted to. I forgot about it because they tuck it away like 4 menus deep. I'm like, oh, that goes away in 26 minutes.
Okay.
Guys, I'm sorry. We gotta do what we gotta do here. Sorry about that.
To be fair, okay, if Sue's admitting to his sins, I remember like, you know, I was one of the people that was like, oh, like it would be so cool if Smilegate adds some like more interactive content to the game. I sure as hell did not do that rhythm game. I watched your guide, Tristen.
I love Rhythm Surfer.
I thought it was like, don't get me wrong, I think it's a cool idea, but it was like something like you have to, like, I don't remember what the achievements were, but it like it
the Hua Young one was the one that murdered everybody.
Yeah, I was just like, I couldn't do it. And then the young Senya, like the town moving thing, like they're cool concepts. I was just like, this is not what I meant when I said I wanted more interactive content. Like, I don't know what I wanted. I'm not saying it's bad content, but my brain was like, actually, I don't want to do this. So like, sorry, my bad. Like,
the young Senya one, like I had a conversation with a former community manager about it, and they're like, so what were your thoughts? And I'm like, here's a list of like my gripes with it. And he's like, so wasn't a home run? And I'm like, no. And he's like, we internally they were like, we thought it was really good. I was like, this is the average Nikkei side story.
Yeah. I will say I did do the entirety of the brawl when it came back, like where you got the I think it's really cool that they gave a free imprint. Honestly, I get it, like some people don't like it, but I think doing an activity and that at the end of it it's like slate. I was like, okay, all right, I'll do it. Like that's enough for me. Like I'll hop on it. But I think I saw a few people say that it felt a little weird that you had to use energy for it. I agree. I'm not really sure what
I don't like the energy stuff.
I'm not sure what motivated them to like change it to energy. If they started with energy, you know, I wouldn't have had as much of a gripe with it because they're just like going along with tradition. But I don't know why they were like, but now let's restrict it after the fact. Like it doesn't, you know, energy isn't even like a, oh my God, like, and here's how we'll make money off of the players. It's just like, okay, we'll just wait or like use leaves, and it it just makes us mad. Like if anything, you know?
Like
Red, I love the Rhythm Surfer too. I really like that, but I know a lot of people didn't. So
that was my favorite. That was my favorite like piece of PvE content from 2024.
Don't get me wrong. I just want to make this clear. Like I can certainly call myself the minority there. I was just like, I think it was literally last summer.
I'm minority too.
and I just didn't, you know, I didn't have time. I think like other stuff was just coming out, and I'm like, I can't do this, guys. Like, I'm so sorry. Like I think there was like a reward or something at the end, and I really wanted it. And I even went through like 2 or 3 of Tristen's videos. He's like, here's how, like, if you just bind your keys on like, I was like, oh, I'm trying so hard right now, but I just can't, like, I don't have the time for this. But it honestly, it looked like a pretty cool looking event as a whole. I don't know. I think,
love rhythm games,
dude. I just admit I'm just so bad at rhythm games that was just not for me. Because I was trying. I tried to do it, dude, and I'm like, it's not working, dude.
No, dude,
I got pretty good at it. I was able to do it, but there's one I couldn't do. So I put the game up on my iPad, so it would be on a big thing. I set it down on the table. I got my 13-year-old kid, sat him down in front of us, said, "You man these 3 buttons. I'll man these 2 buttons. We're gonna do it." We made a whole ass thing out of it.
I did it the legit way. I have to thank one of my best friends. Like when we were like, you know, like little kids, he was like, yo, you need to learn rhythm games. And I was like, they're stupid. And he's like, oh man, you're gonna be bad at them. And then I was like, no, I can do it. It's easy. I was terrible at it, bro. I practiced like probably hundreds of hours into rhythm games just because I just didn't want to not suck.
The yappening is taking over. We are 30 minutes into the podcast and 30 seconds through this video. So let's see what happens next.
Oh, but we're all yappers on this podcast. That's why.
So what else we got for content? How you say that? Acalypton.
Acalypton.
Yeah.
Just give it a week. We'll call it some stupid thing instead.
It's
Uh,
Bone
Inside Out.
Dragon.
Inside Out
Mecha.
Dragon.
Zombie Dragon. Dragon
Honestly,
Zombie.
I'm sure
Whatever
that someone
Joe
with
said.
like
Ross's pet.
What do
Oh,
you
this is really
think,
nice, by the way.
Anya? What do you think? I want to hear what Anya thinks about this because Reddit is really divided on this.
I think it's a nice URL, to be honest. It just makes things faster to get to, honestly.
Kana?
It might be the like I'm playing a couple of gacha games like at the same time brain to me, but I think I will say a notification center is okay so long as it's not like the fake BS notifications, because like a lot of games have like either bugs or like they will give you some notification that like, oh, there's a shop pack that's available, which is like that's not what I'm talking about. But like if I played a lot of the, you know, either the Hoyoverse games or even Epic 7, if they just said like you didn't do your guild war today, hey, like you got like 5 days left until like auto tower's over, like, you know,
That's
kind of,
useful.
yeah, like, you know, kind of the same way that when you take a look at the menu right now, you see like all the red dots. Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, like I think it would be cool if I could just go like do, you know, like down the
Like that
line.
checklist,
and-
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That's the way I imagine it.
which I think is nice. I will say, I mean, they say it's already added, regardless of like if it's divisive or not. If it's going to be added, I know the second that there's like a bug or something where it's like it keeps telling you that like the guild check-in is like available, but it's not actually. It's going to ruin. Like they're going to get.
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
worst
I'm
reception
100%
ever.
with you on all of this. I'm 100. Like, if it's bugged, everyone's gonna
Over.
bitch about it.
Over.
Right?
Yeah.
If it's ever used to push packs, over it. If
Over.
it,
Yep.
yeah. If it tells me that, like, you
Mystic
know,
Pack's going away in 1 hour. Mystic
Yeah.
Pack's
Tells me
going
that,
away
like-
in 30 minutes. Mystic
Yeah,
Pack's
if
going
it-
away in 5 minutes.
if it does that, and or it's like, you know, it tells me like, oh, you know, Bob in your guild rolled another 25
Oh
speeder.
my
You can
gosh.
get it by buying this gear pack. I'm just gonna lose it.
I disagree, actually, and we don't have to stay too long on the notification thing. I will say one of the things I missed the most about old OG E7 was when you like someone would post or like you would see their thing in the guild chat and they'd be like, or like you'd roll something and it was mandatory. It's not like you had an optional like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
share. You had to show your bad pieces, like
Yeah,
show your
yeah.
fails.
You couldn't hide your sins.
You're like, if it rolls 4 speed here, I look like a genius. Otherwise, it looks like I wasted charms. And it wouldn't roll the 4 speed. It would go like 5% defense or whatever, and your whole guild chat would roast you.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
my
like,
God.
oh,
Why
these
would you
idiots.
why would you plus 15 this? Like, bro, nice negative gear score, bro.
I remember
Nice 50
that.
gear score. Nice purple piece.
Mhm,
I completely
mhm.
forgot about that, dude.
That was great stuff. I think a little bit of concern too is people thinking this image is true to life because it's very big, in your face, overlapping a lot of the UI. If it is this big, there better be a way to shut it off. There better be a way to disable the notifications or to custom tailor to say, I want to see the thing about guild check-in. I don't need to know that my heroes were sent to storage. A little bit of customizability. So I guess we'll see when it rolls out and then send feedback. If you guys aren't happy with something about it, send the feedback. Don't just bitch about it. Go to Stove, because that's what Smilegate looks at, and give some feedback or use the in-game feedback system. That's your best way. Bitching about it in Discord, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube feeds, nothing will ever get done. Send them direct feedback. That's how changes get made.
I will say it would be, I think, crazy if the notification center was not like collapsible. That would just like, it's like in the menu area where
with
everything's
this
collapsible.
arrow right here, this looks like a collapse arrow, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what it looks like.
Or the spam.
More.
Yeah, it expands it.
But like,
I'm pretty
just in
sure they
general,
should.
like any UI that like, you know what I mean? It just stays on your screen. That would be ridiculous. With that.
Yeah.
What do you think about hotkeys being added?
I'm
Rhythm
pressing
server.
those all the time.
I'm more concerned if them taking a look at some of the features of the shop would mean that they're also willing to take a look at like what people use with shortcuts as a whole. Because let's just say that there's a lot of people with an extra set of hands or a couple extra cousins and brothers that like to do stuff for them.
All we're saying is look at the image on your screen, move your eyeballs to the left of the screen, and look at the letter S.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
If it is something where this is just like, if this is all that they do to it, I think that's cool. But I don't think Smilegate is the sort of company. I don't think Smilegate is the sort of company that would do things without wanting to explore a little bit further in that direction. So it does make me curious if they're going down the the aunts and uncles and cousins and brothers type route, or if they're just going to make things a bit easier. I do like, by the way, I think I would appreciate if we had like maybe a few more of them, but like how you can customize what you want on your bar.
I'd be fine if they let us assign them.
Yeah, like
I would
more
do that.
customization of like what you can do. I think that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna ever click P. Truth be told, like that is like
I'm not doing
who in their right minds is clicking P, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is like kind of whatever. I think that's fine. But overall, I think it's like a fine update. Again, just a little bit hopeful, just cross my fingers. But if we're going with the shortcut thing, maybe since they've already bound something to the secret shop, maybe we could remove that one extra scroll that we have to do.
Yeah, that would be the dream, dude. If we wake up tomorrow and you don't have to scroll the secret shop, top post on Reddit, top post on Stove, to the moon, best update all time, bro. Better than E7 Origin update.
At very least, too, it's something for them to build on.
Yeah, exactly.
So as best I can tell from this is basically they're just rewriting the tooltips so it's more concise and you're not reading a whole ass paragraph to get
Less
the information
yapping.
down.
Yeah, less yapping. Yeah, cleaning up the language, something that I very much appreciate.
This will come with a whole host of whoops, we kind of we translation errored the shit out of this, but yeah.
Now Sue can save a minute on his videos when he does his first impressions, when he reads the whole entire skills.
Yeah, so I have to read the whole damn thing. No, even then,
damn.
For what it's worth, they did increase the length of like the injury. Like I actually didn't look too far into this, but they did increase the length of the injury thing here. I'm kind of curious, honestly. Like it's a good, like don't get me wrong, like I think this is a good thing to do. But they've given out selectors for like changes in language before, like
remember that?
I'm curious, yeah like
due to a spelling error in CDOM's no functional change in her kit, but here's a recall and a selector.
Yeah,
crazy.
See, that's the thing. I know that they've done that in the past. I'm trying to like be hopeful that we as a community can get away from that, because the reason they don't nerf anything is because the expectation is selector, and I'm like, if they don't do that, then like maybe we could actually start scaling back some of this BS. Like maybe we don't have to play against Arsetti all the time.
I might be wrong, but I thought that was because CDOM was the 4-star unit on a very recent Mystic banner when that change hit, and bait and switch laws in Asia and especially Korea are very, very aggressive, and you've got to offer full compensation to all kinds of things to risk being like fined or shut down as a game. So it's why they're ultra aggressive with the compensation on things like that. And it was just close enough. Their legal department said, you know what, just fucking do it.
Yeah, for what it's worth too, like nowadays, not to say that I don't think like selectors are impactful or anything, but man, they give you the Epic 7 in 2025, they give you the works, man. Like the events that they give you, though. If you're someone, especially if you started during like Origins update, dude, you're probably like I was talking to someone about it. If you compare like an Origins account 6 months after the update compared to like even someone that has been playing for like 3 years from like launch, you're probably in like a pretty similar spot because of like how much quality of life you have. And like
Have you seen Mr. Pokey, dude? Like Mr. Pokey's account's insane.
Yeah, that guy's doing like he was doing like Abyss 102 or something like a week or two ago. Like what? Like, are we joking? Like, and he cleared Rift in like 2 weeks or so, or like a week or something.
When my account was as old as Mr. Pokey's account was, I was getting my ass handed to me by Ludwig and Purgus on floor 54. So yeah.
I remember I used to get says Blue Says. I was stuck on Blue Says for like
floor. God, that was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was stuck on that forever until I realized like I need to give up on using Corinne and just embrace Lorena.
I was
even back then, Lorena.
I think it was Tywin or Roman, one of the two. Unless they're both on the same stage.
Yeah, Roman. No, it's Tywin.
All this to say, I just think like if they want to go with more improvements or changes, I don't think like I agree. I don't think it's something where you need to do like a selector. The game, again, I think is still like maybe one of the most generous games I've ever seen. Maybe if we have time to talk about it at the end. By the way, I don't know if you guys are interested in or have like looked at Etheria and like the most recent announcement of the battle they had.
Official content. So what was that? No, I'm covering Etheria Restart on my channel, like on top of it. Yeah, I've been pretty heavy, deep in the weeds with Etheria, so I'm well aware. We can talk about it at the end, though.
Yeah.
Okay. We successfully made it 20 more seconds in. Let's see if we can finish this.
Yep. I promise I won't delay.
Oh my God, Ludwig and Lua. Surely you skip Robin, you pull these units, right? See, this is why I'm thinking that maybe they really don't want her to solo right out of the gate. Holy crap. I said it before, and we'll say it again. The biggest chest in the game on banner with Arya.
It's funny, the biggest, and it's like her counterpart. They're like, we can't nerf that. Like we have to keep it the status quo. Like by the way, it was like a jump scare when I saw it this morning. I was like, okay, like let's see what I was like, oh my God, like it was like 6 a.m. I was like, my God, like what
Connor, have you seen the RTA skin for Someone Sage Vivian? Because that was me when I saw it for the first time. That was a jump scare. I was like, good Lord.
Like
I think I pressed rewind too many times. A bit too many times I pressed rewind. I'm just saying.
Yeah, dude.
It looks great though. I love the way that she looks. Like I also like in the little trailer. The thing that I'm a little confused about. So like if you use her S3 in game, she punches whoever like you hit through the wall.
Yep.
Do they have like a classmate character? Because in the trailer they punched one of her like
it's like a
classmate.
So it's like a character or something, I guess, in game or something.
Did you like listen to the video where they explain the lore of the character? Her thing is she's a disciplinary, like the head of the disciplinary committee, and she forces all the students in the school to study for 14 hours a day, and that's what she does. And that's what she does to you if you decide you don't want to study anymore.
Dude, you are. In a sense, she's setting you free. You know what I mean? Like, look at how far out from the building she went. Like, that's a hole. Like she became a star. By the way, did you see that? You. That's a star.
Binoculars. Oh man. Like that's like literally Team Rocket's blasting off again is what she does to you, bro. And so like Wulf and Rosa said the same thing in chat.
I mean, I
that's
think
it, guys.
I think everyone knows that Arya is really cool. I do want to say, hey, I get a little nostalgic about the game, especially like as I was watching Pokey a little bit, like and as he was doing it. Dude, that General Purgus guy right next to him, oh my God, how the mighty have fallen. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, we've seen him.
Kids these days will never know about the horrors of Golden Boys.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Missing him from RTA. Not that you necessarily have to use him, but like it would. I miss so much of the early. I mean, I guess like what's that saying? It's like you don't know you're in like the golden days or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Good old days.
I actually
you're out of it.
I get like this. Yeah, I get nostalgic. I don't know, people are gonna hate or says I get nostalgic actually for like the Maid Chloe like Rimuru Tempest meta. I actually really like that meta. I really like that meta, and like people hated it because like to be fair, Violet was bullshit, but everything else was good. I was good with everything else in that meta.
I miss Carly and cleaving. That was my
I do.
favorite. That was my
I
favorite
do
training
too,
arc.
Tristen. Dude, when you just pull up with the A-lots, that's just like for whatever reason, or like the Amid or like the Amelia,
Mhm.
dude. Oh my goodness, I saw him play the other day. I was watching a friend play and I saw him fighting against Carly, and he plays completely differently, by the way. I was expecting like an Amelia or like, you know, some Soul Weaver, like a DDR or something, but I'm honestly kind of interested in what we have coming up next. Do we know like we've obviously got like Robin and Arya. Do we have like, again, I'm a little bit out of the loop. Like, do we have, like, a
Genesis Raw should be the 4th of July, the week of 4th of July, most likely.
Yeah, ML Genesis Ross should be the
and then the next
World
unit,
Cup unit.
And the unit after Arya will be a 4-star
July
Dark Surin.
15th is when he should 15th or 17th when he should drop.
Yeah, it should go. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
they did demo Dark Surin, but they also
her animations
demoed.
are almost done.
But you could say the same about Wretched Rose too, and here we are.
There was no animation for Wretched Rose, just a sprite.
Really, was there not? I swear I thought there was. Maybe
No,
I'm
no
mistaken.
Does anyone
animation.
have an animation for the for who you said for Dark Surin?
Yeah, isn't
I don't
she
know, I
in
can't
the? She's in
remember.
the same trailer with like Robin and everybody from the Origin thing, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're also still waiting on those support units.
Yeah. Let's see.
Here somewhere.
It would be under the Epic 7 channel. It's like the Origin.
Oh, can I just say, by the way, that Robbie skin, fantastic. It looks so
Yeah.
good. I like it a lot.
Well, obviously, you just go look on. It's
I got
not
it.
in that. Yeah. Anyo, just put it up in the side channel
Yeah.
so we can look at it.
I can't look at the chat. Put it in chat. I can't pull up the side channel. Or
Yeah,
kill
so
cameras.
it's just weird for me too.
Yeah, it's right there. Oh, Epic 7 Origin. It's right there. It's that one. The hour E7 epilogue right there.
I
It's
am
literally
clicking
your
on
screen.
Anya's link. He worked hard to get me that link.
But it was right there.
Monster.
Oh yeah, her animation is done. Yeah, Sue's right.
Yeah, I told you. She's in here. So like,
Like 042. rather.
it's so cool.
Did anyone think this was Arya? From the
Yes.
get-go? Did we know
Yeah,
this was
there
Arya?
she is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, she better be a speed imprint. Oh, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot I set the alarm for 11:50
She
every day.
knocked the
So
entire
sorry about that.
building over.
Yeah.
Did you notice her? Did you notice her weapon is ML Lua on a chain?
It's like it's MLO on a chain. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, I hope she's a speed imprint though.
I
They kept Shuri and like the what is it, the dark Shuri to be a speed imprint. Surely
Yeah,
Dark Surin is also one.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I would be okay with that. I think to have her be a
sure.
speed imprint.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's a very like RTA this like season is very weird because like outside of the very obvious like Exodia draft, like it's basically Renak and then have Boss Arunca with one of the two other OP knights. Like aside from like those collective 4 characters, it's mostly been pretty good.
Yep.
Right? Like if you just removed like Ilanav,
The OPs from the game.
yeah, if you remove like Renak, it's basically like Renak, Lidica, Boss Arunca, Fallen Cecilia, Imperial. Now, if you just take those 5 away, game feels pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Why
bands.
are Moonlight
I
Heroes
know.
so expensive? Galahad asks. Anybody want to field why Moonlight Heroes are so expensive?
I would like to know too, so I can get Arya.
Does anyone have the Mr. Krabs gif in chat?
Money.
That's the answer.
Because
You know what's
the
funny?
head of Smilegate likes being one of the 5 richest people in Korea. I don't
I mean,
think
for
I'm
what it's
kidding on
worth,
that.
though, I was doing I think I was doing the math on it. I don't think it's that like the pity for like an ML character is necessarily like as outrageous as if you had just lost like your 50-50 or something for like like
Vulcanet?
some of the game yeah, dude, like some of the I think what I was doing is I was trying to calculate like how much it would cost on average if you had to pull for like a Wuthering Waves or like a Genshin or like a Honkai Star Rail character if you lost the 50-50 or like lost the thing, which again you can't technically do in
E7.
Epic 7. It's like $800 in those games too. But
Yeah.
but that's only like, you know, the difference here is that like obviously the Moonlights don't have an artifact or like they don't have like a weapon or anything.
That helps.
Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, like, honestly, with well, maybe with the shortcuts in the future, you know, if people like, you know, Skystone refresh, they could maybe make it up there. I will say, like a little while ago, I had accumulated like a load of like just like I just wasn't playing that much, so I like accumulated like a load of Skystones. And I don't know if any of you guys like ever did any farming in your lives or like with any of the like most recent updates, like you've probably got like 5 quintillion trillion billion stigma, and I just converted it all, dude. You know what is like a disturbing? You know what is a disturbing fact? I have more Covenant bookmarks now than I have like literal Mystic Metals, and I have like 2 months worth of like Mystic Metals saved up. I have like 8,000 Covenant bookmarks. Like 8,000 Covenant bookmarks.
That's about to be medium. I have like 26,000 Skystones right now, and I have to shop refresh it all for Arya in the next 2 weeks. So I'm
like,
just
like I was thinking about it. I like, you know, and it's not. And by the way, I still have 4 million stigma.
Hey,
like
chat, you enjoying these first world problems over here?
No, I know. I'm sorry.
Like and subscribe. These are men of the people right here. They're just like you.
You want to donate some, Kana? Donate to the poor, Kana, please.
Dude, if they ever add some sort of trading to E7, oh my god, I would definitely like throw.
That reminds me,
some things out, man. Oh my god.
If they ever did trading, they would probably do it like Puzzle and Dragons, which, by the way, is getting a reboot like in the next like week or so. That was my first gacha. Pretty stoked on that. But how trading works in that game is you trade it into the company essentially. So it's like, oh, bro, like you could have ML Arya. You don't have to do anything, but you got to give us 5 ML5s for it.
Oh, hell no.
Your choice. They can be dupes, but you got to give us 5.
Can you imagine that? Like, here's all my op sigs, and then she gets buffed.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's got to be. It's like basically like the equivalent of like 5 ML5s or 5 collab limiteds.
I'm good.
So it's like you got to go out collab characters that don't come back for it. It's like,
I know that sounds crazy, but like if you guys like knew or saw how many like disturbing activities I've seen behind the scenes for what people do to like their imprints, dude. I've seen people throw Pavels into ML Pavel, their ML Pavels back into Pavel, like their Fire Cecilias into Fallen Cecilia, and their old Fallen Cecilias into Fire Cecilia. Dude, like some of the behavior of people behind the scenes, like when they just don't care like that is, it's crazy.
What's the street value of 17 shoes? Just asking for a friend.
Dude, oh my gosh. Oh my god. Some of the
man of the people.
Okay, let's breeze through this real quick. If there's something you guys see in here that you want to chime in on, but there's 1 or 2 things at the end that I want to get into. I want to cover a little bit of drama, and then we can get into our juicy takes on these new units.
The camera is dying.
Yeah, Lua and Spacey's Temporal Fan. If you're new here, don't pull these units. Ludwig and Time Matter. If you're new here, also don't pull these units. They are useless for them, sure, but we're rolling into a season of limiteds, and you want to be ready for it. They're bringing back the growth sprint pack. They're renewing it. It's a renewed rank up pack. I can tell you guys this, rank up packs typically are some of the best dollar per Epic 7 currency value as far as packs goes. So if you got some cash burning a hole in your pocket, take a peek at it, but don't feel compelled to spend. And since it's renewed and redesigned, it should be accessible to everybody. We talked about the keybinds. They're due to the expansion of the battle content, so they're putting in subdivisions into the battle tab, which hopefully doesn't just add more bloat. Hopefully it makes it cleaner.
Less clicks, Smogate. That's the goal. Less clicks.
Less clicks. The notification center, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
there's a lot here. I don't see anything in here about pack is about to end. So hopefully that means
there's a complimentary daily product waiting for you in the shop.
Right. So there is a shop icon, which makes me think we're going to see packs are going away notifications. Maybe.
No, there's a new side story. Yes, that's a good one. That's the one I need, bro.
What is event tab? It's probably going to be things like Advent.
Yeah.
I think it's just Advent. Yeah.
It might even be a quick. It might even be a quick link to the Robin story. They might put a quick link to it here as well.
Or Rift, yeah. Not
Yeah.
what is it?
Rift would be
Brawl.
under seasonal.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brawl. Brawl's a good one.
Brawl would probably be
have
under
a tab.
there. So yeah.
It didn't have a tab before.
Okay. Under this other section, there's something that leapt out at me that a lot of people freaking missed. Quick battle feature can now be used through episode stages that support repeat battling. So you're going to be able to use quick battles on your AP farm.
Oh, it only took 2 years. Why was this not in the game forever ago? Please explain. Like, it seems like this is the easiest thing. I feel like it's easier to do this than repeat battling any other content.
Yep.
You know what's crazy too? Like on the topic of like, you know, additional changes, I got told this by like one of my community members like literally this morning, and I had no idea otherwise. You can, if you fail, did you know that you can just keep going? You could just keep retrying now. Like you can just pay the Skystones to just, like if you fail against Zio, you can just keep going. Like from your same health. It's not like, you know, you're trying to, dude,
that actually,
so huge.
As an anecdote, it broke me because I have a guide on my channel for Zio for new players to help them out. Somebody left a message like 4 days ago and it was like, hey man, thanks for the guide. I was able to clear it with your help in 50 Skystones. And I just like, it just hurt so bad because I like face palmed and I was like, that the guide didn't work.
Now, for the people in chat who are just now seeing this and are freaking out, friendship points cannot be obtained when using quick battling. This isn't new. You guys realize that, right? You never got friendship points from quick battling. You quick battle in arena, no friendship points. You quick battled in hunt with friendship units, no friendship points. I did. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I think that's probably because of how quick battling is coded. It probably takes the stats of the characters you have versus the stats of theirs, and it just runs a simulation. It doesn't actually use your real characters. It just takes the numbers off your characters, compares them to theirs, and said, well, this is how it should play out.
It's not like they said, I think the reason that they put it here is because a lot of people didn't realize that you don't get friendship from quick battling, and they wanted to call it out because people use AP farm more than anywhere to quick battle, because that's the easiest place to have 1 carry and 3 friendship farms, especially for things like unrecorded history in chapter 1. They wanted to make sure people didn't try to use their quick battles as a way to burn through friendship farming when they could have used them for more valuable asset acquisition. So I wouldn't freak out. They didn't take anything away or make any changes here. It's just the way it's always been. Okay. Players can now use Guardians and Expeditions and Automation Tower. I thought at first, who cares? Who asks? We auto that shit anyway. But you know what? For earlier game players, that could be the thing they need to finally finish Tower 5 or get Expedition done. So I'm kind of down with this.
After they nerfed Auto Tower from like its initial like conception, like the first month Auto Tower was out, it was like Abyss level hard. After they like nerfed it because everyone complained, I was like, bro, who cares? Just give them the Guardians. Like it should have been in there at that point. You made it baby mode.
Yeah, I don't know if this is I'm not gonna comment on it if it's like a good or bad thing, but I will say like the difficulty really has kind of just gotten taken out of like most content in this game, which again, I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I don't think we should like beat up our new players like as they're trying to like get into the game for the first time, but like
hard mode back.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they removed like the tiers of like Wyvern, like you use Guardians and everything, like even the what is it, the Abyss stages, we have like literally I'm sure if Tristen at this point you remade like an Abyss stage guide, it's got like here's 14.
I was going to, but then God King Sue came along and said I'll do it for you so you can just refer to my videos, and I was like, you are a god amongst men, thank you so much.
There's 28 characters that'll work for any of these 4,000 stages. Like,
that's what I did actually. My goal, I remade
free to play the whole thing, Kana, with all free fucking units.
That's crazy.
Low end gear, all no MLs, no limiteds, no 5-stars that weren't like free 5-stars, and just did it.
Yeah, it's all 3 stars, all free shit you get from.
He almost gave up. He almost gave up on one stage. He DMs me and goes, I caved and I used this unit. And I said, ha, told you could. And he went, God damn it, and went back and like, there, I did it. And he did it with free units.
I'd say I had to level like Pearl Horizon and like Yuna to get it done. But like it started also on like Ogre Armory gear too.
Yeah, it started the meme of what if I don't have Commander Lorena, because he leaned on her so heavy.
Yeah, Lorena became my carry for everything.
So I want to say Leannon's asking here in chat, like if you remove too much difficulty, like what is there for endgame? I would argue now that there like it maybe was less separated in the past, but I do think there's like a pretty significant divide between, you know, like what is it? Like Arena, Guild War, and, you know, like what is now considered like the end game for like most players. Like I think if you're an RTA player, that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll like want to only play Guild War and Arena. And like the characters that are strong in each, outside of Harsetti, because my god, Harsetti, like you know, there is kind of like a different, you know, environment or a kind of like a different thing going on for each of them, because like I know there's a lot of characters in Arena that look good or that like look crazy. Like I think like Moria posted, like I think a week or two ago, he posted like this literal auto team with Renak, which was like Renak plus Sharoon plus like Blue Says of all characters. Blue Says in the god year of 2025 being used for any content whatsoever. And it's like, okay, like what the hell? Like if you try and use Blue Says in any other content, like we're gonna point and laugh at you. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I think it's cool that if you maybe were someone like a bit of like a PvE refugee, I think there is still some, you know, there is some like thinking and some strategy to trying to beat like AI. It might not be like complete non-player characters that you might want. Like it's not like going to be a boss, but hey, technically speaking, we do have a boss named character in the game, and she is kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. So like, you know, it's kind of the same. You know what I mean? It's kind of similar.
So we technically do also have, guys, like they have been slow rolling it forever, but they did announce there's going to be content that is harder than Abyss coming. It's just, yo, where is it, bro? I thought it was going to be in the patch today. It's not. So I was like, okay, so 2 more weeks, I guess.
I don't know how long they're gonna wait on it, because like it's been at least a month since Origins has come out, right? And it was like we got the content in 1 week, right? And they made sure that they spread it out, so you know you don't one bang through all the content. So then we got another week of content, and then poof, where are we now?
Yeah, that's one thing that disappointed me in this content burst, right? There's no mention of the Constellation event, which is supposed to be endgame PvE. No mention of Brawl coming back. No mention of Ancient Inheritance showing up because we're kind of due. No mention of the addition of 10 free units for everybody to select from RTA and how that's going to work out. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of out there that's hanging, and I was hoping we'd have a little bit more to sink our teeth into for what's coming up, especially because June seems to be the month that shit is happening outside of Epic 7.
Yeah.
Lots of new games are coming out, and customers lost are hard to get back. So I really hope they give us more to keep us in the game. And why is Harsetti tips and strategy a whole ass category?
that is so funny. Dude, it's so funny because she needs one. Like she needs like
those comments aren't gonna be good. Those comments aren't gonna be good.
Funny. That is so funny.
That character is
Oh.
such a disaster, dude. Like,
oh my god.
I want to cover a quick elephant in the room. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but Sue, if you want to go get your props.
oh no.
There is some drama centered around the Epic 7 board game and compensation of a sorts for unreceived products. So Sue is holding up there the amazing Epic 7 board game that was a Kickstarter crowdsourced thing that happened that got its birthing before the pandemic, if you guys can remember ancient history like that. And I'm not going to bother reading this entire thing to you. You guys can check it out on the Stove site, but the sum of it is basically Epic 7 decided to do a board game. They don't have the resources to make a board game, so they reached out to a third party to do it. This third party was called Far Side Games. And Far Side Games was like, yeah, fam, we will crowdsource it. We'll do a Kickstart, and we will let people pre-buy it, and we will make you a kick-ass board game. So they produced the board game, and the copies that were supposed to go to Global and Asia, Korea, those all shipped and went out just fine. Sue has one right there as proof that they went out. But the copies that they were making for the French, German, and Spanish version, that's when the pandemic really started ramping up, and you know, a lot of these companies were taking it in the keister. Farside Games included was one of them, and they only got a few of them out. And a lot of the ones that went out, they were incomplete, they were missing components, they were improperly cast, they were showing up damaged. And worse yet, a whole bunch of people didn't get them at all. Smilegate went after them. I mean, they said, continuous communications, including sending certified documents demanding fulfillment of the contract. They tried everything they could to get a hold of him, and instead Farside shuttered, closed down, and took the money and ran. So,
whoa, that's crazy. What the hell?
Yeah, this has upset a lot of people because a lot of people put some money into this and don't have product now. And people were like, Smilegate, when you go give us our money back? And Smilegate's like, we didn't get your money. You sent the money to this third-party contractor who crowdsourced the game. They scammed us too. We were supposed to get a percentage of the profit. We didn't get a percentage of the profit. We're kind of F2, but they realize the community's kind of upset about it, so they're trying to do a little something. So if you send them your receipts, if you didn't receive things, you send them receipts, tell them what you didn't receive, tell them what was damaged, etc., and they're going to give you some sky stones based on your pledge level and on add-ons and expansions that you bought. And it's a good chunk of sky stones. Now, they are very, very specific down here that this is compensation, that this is basically customer satisfaction and them just trying to do a nice thing because they realize you feel bad. And it is not a legal refund or settlement. This is important verbiage here. The fact that they're saying it's not a legal refund or settlement is legalese for saying, we might pursue legal action here, and we're leaving the option for you to pursue legal action should you decide to do so, because anything that would be seen as a refund or compensation would harm your ability to take action against these guys who basically stole your money and ran. So hopefully things happen. Hopefully they do press this matter legally and they're able to push it, but it's difficult when a company just pissadeers, Chapter 7s, whatever this company does, goes away. Sometimes even finding somebody to sue and finding assets to be able to go after to get the compensation back is rough. And we've seen this happen over how many YouTube videos about like best MMO ever, send money, and then it never happens. I mean, these aren't unheard of stories, and unfortunately community members got scammed. Smilegate got scammed, and it's a sad ending. I'm glad that they are stepping up and doing at least something to show that they feel for the community and they're helping a way they can without losing even more money, because they took a bath on this, and asking them to take more of a bath on it is not really fair to them. They're not in the best position here.
Yeah, so I have two stories about this. So I go to a lot of I've done a lot of stuff in the tabletop space in my life, right? So I went to a tabletop trade show, and I was in the dealer's room, and I'm at the Japanime Games booth, which they are the NA publishers for the Epic 7 board game. Like Farside made it, but they are the people that produce it here in America, right? This guy is standing up on a chair. He gives a whole sales pitch about how great the board game is, how beautiful the minis are, how great the character designs are. And if you act now and buy everything, you get 30% off. And a bunch of people bought it and then like left, and I'm just standing there in the crowd, and he just goes, oh, did you want to buy the Epic 7 board game? And I literally go to him, I reviewed it like on YouTube, which by the way, you guys can go see my review. It's actually on my channel. You just type in Epic 7 board game review.
It's polite. It's nice. It's supportive.
It is. I didn't tell him this, but like I told him I reviewed it, and the smile on his face just totally disappears. And he goes, so you know how bad it is. And I was like, oh yeah, it's the worst board game I've ever played in my entire life, and that's being generous. It's the worst board game I've ever played.
Bad.
So I just want you guys to know, like, if you bought it and you didn't get it, you ain't missing much, right? I have actually a couple of the cards here, right? This one's for Destina. I'm just gonna read it real fast for you guys, because I gave this card to Valky when we were like, he wanted to learn how to play the game in person. I was like, if you could tell me what Destina does, we can play the game. So Destina, her basic attack gives you 1 water token. Her S2 converts 1 water token into a shell token. And then her S3 gives you 2 water tokens. The thing is, they don't explain anywhere in the rulebook what water or shell tokens do. And they don't do anything.
Like what?
you just get a bunch of nonsensical tokens.
A new currency or like a new
I was like, all right, can you tell me how to find Arky, which was like the first mission? And he like read it over, and it's just like, what does this even mean, right? And then just like the last one here, I'm not gonna read it. This is Tamarin, by the way. She's the second best damage dealer in the game.
Cameron, damage dealer. Second best damage dealer.
Yeah. Ludwig is the fastest character in the game, bro. He's the best character in the game by far.
Tamarin's S2 is a healing skill. What's Tamarin's S2 do?
Tamarin's S2, it does 2 damage to a character. Then you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and for each red card in the top one, it does an additional 1 damage.
That makes sense.
Her S3 Shining Star, it deals 3 damage to all enemies.
Can't wait to see Sigrid the Soul Weaver.
Yep.
That's what's the most criminal part to me, right? Is you buy this game because you're a fan of Epic 7, you want to play a board game version of it, and not only do the skills not make sense, they're not even commiserate with the way we know the units work.
Yeah,
Nobody thinks I'm going to whip out Tamarin, the best damage dealer in the game.
Yeah. So Sirmia's like a Dark Knight. Sirmia's whole kit is she assigns damage to herself to do other effects, and I was like, that's not Sirmia.
ML Tama kit leaked.
Though, like, is that on the publisher, like the guys that ran, or was that on?
Yeah.
Is that
they said we license you the IP, make us a game. And they went crazy.
Just like the menu, like the actual like book, right? If you go watch my review, the rule book, basically just does the worst job imaginable explaining to you the game. Basically, cleave is the only way to play. It's supposed to be a cooperative game, but only one person can win. So if you play anything other than cleave, you're a moron. Because cleave gets to take all the rewards and gets to take all the game actions, and everyone else just sits there. I played it with 3 friends, and straight up, I Ludwig cleaved our way through the first hour of the game. Not a single other person, aside from my friend Nick, got to take a single turn.
You know why Green Ludwig's so good, Colin? You know why he's so good? Fastest unit in the game.
Yeah, fastest unit in the game. Hey, maybe late donation, late commitment. I kind of like the way that this board game is sounding. A little bit up my alley, actually. I could do with a Ludwig or 2, actually. That's
I use books too.
I think Courting Nat wins the internet today for this phrase. Green Destina, Spirit Lord of Light, famously known for water tokens.
I just want you to know, by the way, that Ludwig is a Kickstarter exclusive character. He's a DLC. You have to pay for him. That is so fucked up.
So anyway, if I put a link to this in chat, or check Stove side, if you were caught in this, if you're one of the people that didn't receive it, you got or you received it and it's damaged, not as advertised, not physically,
it's a beautiful looking game.
The box is beautiful. The box looks amazing on any shelf. The box is the best part about the game.
It is.
So get your compensation, guys.
The inserts
show
also. The cover for the board, like this goes on top of the casing for the board. This is like, look at this shit, bro.
Yeah,
really
yeah, like I said, like the art is good. They have like the best assets in the world to work with. It is just, I'm not being like hyperbolic when I say this. It is the worst board game I've ever played. Right? As like somebody who has designed, as somebody who has played and designed games, like tabletop games, this game is awful. It barely constitutes as a game. Like, I promise you, if I gave you guys like some random tokens and trinkets, a sheet of paper and some pens and pencils, and said you have 4 hours to make a game, you could make a better game than this. I promise you.
That is that is crazy. I don't feel, well, I guess I just haven't maybe looked as much into it. I feel like this is literally the first time I've heard, like, this has surely not just happened, right? Like this whole, like, they ran away with it. I'm sure this has been going on for what, like maybe a month or a couple of weeks or something like that. Like, this is the first time I heard about it. I thought, like, one of my good friends, like one of my good like IRL friends who I started playing E7 with, he was talking to me specifically about looking into like the E7 board game, and it sounded like he was interested. Now I gotta warn him, like, hey buddy, look, like we can't be doing any of that, man. Like, you're about to get scammed. Like, what the?
Yeah, it is definitely, it felt like a scam, like right from the beginning, because most people didn't get their stuff. Like I might actually apply to that thing, because there are certain things like, dice bags and dice that just, they were promised, we paid extra for them, they're just not there, right? There are certain characters that we just did not get
pre-pandemic. I mean, this has been in place. Some people sent money in on this for years. Yeah, acrylic standees, custom dice tower, acolyte sets, guardian sets, expansion boxes. There's lots of add-ons.
Yeah,
that's fucked up. Hey, I feel for you guys. That honestly, I can't even, man. I can't even fucking imagine.
Oh yeah,
I'm so bad with that shit. You know, like
I did all of it. It was like $250. Like I just basically got taken for a ride for $250 just for fun.
Damn.
Okay, guys.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Let's dive into the part we've all been waiting for. Let's talk about
Physics?
Robin first.
Okay, Uzis.
Oh yeah.
Also, the voice actress on this woman or on this character, bro. Holy, I've never heard of her before today.
So good.
I'm so ready. So ready.
Guess I could use a warm-up. Been a while since I had fun. Should have stayed in the nice lane, darlings. Then again, who am I to say? Looks like I'm still in one piece.
Robin Vannock, the most notorious hitman to roam the back alleys of Lafundos. She who had once earned legendary status as the coldest, most ruthless person to walk the back streets, has long retired from that past. Now running a small I
really hope this music isn't DMCA'd. What do you think, Sue? Okay, so
it's like
I want to put this out here real quick because I told you guys I would get to the bottom of it, and I did. I was told 100% guaranteed the person doing the English voice is not AI, is a real human being, has been seen in person. So everybody that thought this was AI, it's not. We gave some feedback that maybe put a little emotion and inflection in your voice a little bit, but yes, 100% a real person, not AI.
Yeah, I've also confirmed it's a real person, apparently. Like I was, because that was news to me. I was like, either that's AI or like my man spoke very monotone into a just okay microphone.
Yeah, well, Bubik said, it's likely the mic, and yeah, he may need some little bit of equalizer stuff done on the mic.
Yeah,
I think he has to change the EQ and stuff.
AI office and living out her days as the neighborhood deadbeat. However, to those who can see past her jubilant expressions and into her piercing eyes, they are often met with the chilling realization that her past life has not completely left her.
Yes, hot dog. The carrot shop will remain open for an entire week. You just cannot earn more carrots, but you'll be able to spend your carrots tomorrow just like you could have spent them earlier today.
Robin is a 5-star fire elemental ranger. She has high speed and effectiveness and can increase her
cap. Does she have? I'm assuming this has got to be like Summertime Iseria, right? Or Bihu?
Blue Flan, Bihu.
Flan, Bihu. Okay.
Naqual. Naqual is the closest comparison.
Like these kind of stats.
That's so interesting actually, because she has like a
Caesarea, Caesarea too.
Yeah, Caesarea wouldn't be a good one to build off of though, because of the base, because of the built-in attacks
or whatever.
Same with Bihu. That's why I said the best one for you to build off of is Knack.
Yeah, probably Knack.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
this is like completely side note. Oh yeah, I was gonna say completely side note. By the way, if you guys were ever looking for like an extremely high like combat point character, if you give like crits to like these Summertime Iseria and like some of these characters have free stat, it looks disturbing. By the way, just like a random
I've seen it.
Yeah. Who is it?
Tree Skipper. We've been asking for Zodiac sorting in the search menu for years.
Yeah. Yeah, Gunther on like crit and effectiveness, just like for some reason just puts up stupid numbers.
Yep. Yep. Them and specially change.
Her attack further through her imprint concentration.
I like the stat break point. I like the
skill 3
works for her.
Imprints are also really good on it.
Say hello to my little friends. Guys, it's confirmed. We're getting a Scarface collab.
Yeah. Did you also? I didn't watch your video, Tristen. Did you also make that reference? Because I
did.
I made the same joke in my video.
Dude, it has to be. Come on, like she's got Uzis and like that's it. Like there's no way you could.
I actually want to know what this is called in like the Japanese or like the KR dub, because I feel like this is a localization thing where they were just like, what can we call it? It's like, I wonder if it was just a Scarface reference.
It's gotta be. So this is 100% AoE defense break. Other than Bologna and I mean,
No,
do we have any other 100% defense breaks that are AoE
Most
that
of them
don't
are
involve a
85.
soul burn? Luluka, maybe? Bluelica and
I
yeah,
thought that
Bluelica and
I thought the
Bologna,
thing is
right?
that we had a few like 100% AoE death breaks, but I thought that we didn't have them attached to characters that could soul burn like strip. Like that's why like Ran, Briar, their defense breaks are like 75 for like Briar, and or actually I think they might have
It's 85
debuffed
now.
her.
It's
Yeah,
85 now.
with the EE or whatever, right?
I'm checking a character. I think there is a character with 100% death break. I'm just double checking.
It's Flan, right?
Oh yeah, Flan has 3, I think. No, Tate. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Tate
yeah.
was 85.
Seaside 75%.
Yeah, I thought Ball and Cezanne would be, but he's
I think it's
90. Why Ball and Cezanne is 90 to death break is so
who
wild.
knows, man? Who knows? What a
Luluka's 100.
they really made like
Luluka,
some...
but isn't Luluka depending on her exclusive equipment? No, it's not.
No, it was baked in her kit.
It was baked into her kit. So yeah, Bluelica and
Man,
Green Bologna.
That's who I want to see on Friday. Blue Luluka, man. That character needs to be good for once. God.
Anyway,
Character-
AoE defense break and man, at the start of an ally's extra turn, grants swift attack, which is a 50% CR push and a 25% CR push every time the ally takes an extra turn. So there's nothing in here that says only once per turn or anything like that. So like if you've got a Roy Mustang or a Spectre Tenebria kind of unit where you can soul burn multiple hits, just gonna shoot her right back to the front of the line. You only need to do 2 because of swift attack, and then another 50%. That's an extra turn. That's wild.
The thinking. Yeah. Well, I think the increased combat readiness is.
Yeah, Celine, good call.
It's like before it happens, right? Because like
the way
that it looks is like so that you can like guarantee her to take the turn. So I was thinking like based off of this, like if you're only exclusively pairing it with characters that are, you know, like one extra. I don't know. I know it sounds baffling, but only characters that have one extra turn in their kit, as opposed to the others. Like this means that this character can be not like super slow, but I mean like you can definitely, you know, take her at let's say like 30 speed. Call it 30 speed for 10. 60, 75, like she gets 75 free speed. That means you could be in that 220 to like 240 range, and you're like taking the turn, you know.
My math, I had her ballpark between 240 and 255, somewhere in that range, just fine.
Yeah, and you're like 320 speed, and again, like you know, depending on how you're trying to tune it up, like I'm sure it's cool, but I think like honestly, I know like again everyone's like but like what about Arya? But like this is a really self-sufficient character.
Dude, Kana, what about you?
Self-sufficient.
What about you rip that ML Luna, you push that Ludwig to the front, you soul burn Ludwig a couple of times, and then she rolls in right behind it?
Dude, he has 500 effectiveness, base speed, 5,000 attack, has like 6 burns on every character.
It's gonna be wild.
I don't know about you guys, but I've been using Famir with Renok ever since Renok's been released. So now I just add Robin, and now everyone goes to sleep for 2 turns, and now they're actually forced to eat the burn.
Famir is one of the coolest characters, honestly, that I've ever seen in the game. I really do like her design and her kit, like her kit design.
I love it so much.
Like this whole like, oh, if you can manage to get like the 2 color thing on, like we'll see. People, I remember like when that character came out, that's like the season that was like the last season I pushed for Legend. Like everyone's like, oh, this Famir character, like how are you ever gonna get a grass and a fire unit? That's crazy. And then they just did it. And this character,
there's so many good regulars
and just like defense break and. Oh my god! If she gets like any sort of viability back from this, I would be so happy. I love.
There's a lot of good red and green units right now.
Let's not like sleep on the whole detonates, burns, and bleeds. I mean, we
saw
Viking with just like 4 bleeds detonating and destroying Banshee in one shot. Your burns are significantly more damage than bleeds. I believe burns are 40%, or is it 60% of your attack?
70. It's 60% of your attack versus ignoring 70% defense.
Yeah.
I saw 3
So-
burns and immediately went, this is absurd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that times
especially
3.
'cause
That's a mind-boggling amount of damage.
Especially if you're in World Arena, because right now the frenzy is 50% extra burn damage. So, in case you guys have been living under a rock, Silverblade
my
are
God,
admit they
that's
kind of got a
right.
crazy. Go
They-
look,
they-
pull up her win rate.
Silverblade is so good right now.
Yeah,
She is so.
so they-
She's a top 10 unit. She's a top 10 unit right now.
I do wanna
Everyone's
say,
saying that they got rid of frenzies. Like they only got rid of some frenzy. They
No.
kept bleed and bird damage. I wonder why they kept those.
Bro, isn't it so scary though? Because she did 40,000 damage to a mid tank off the burns in
This skill is
regular
not on
arena.
cooldown.
Regular
At the
arena
start of an
without
ally's
frenzy.
extra turn, grants
for
swift
what it's
attack
worth
to the
too,
cap.
like
Yeah, mind
I
you-
think the other,
No. Anya makes a really good point here. What we're about to see here is an arena where RTA frenzy doesn't exist. So whatever you see here, add 50% to the damage total for RTA.
Faster and increases combat readiness by
like
25%.
the other thing is that like again,
When 20 solids
I think like
consumed,
the craziest thing
detonates
about this
bleed
is that
and
like
burn effects
don't get me wrong, I
inflicted
think
on the
this is, like,
target at
wild.
the end of the turn.
I do want to say too, like their credit. Number one, you could just use the 2 together, which is like amazing. But like, I'm already, I've actually been thinking about the fact that like I do kind of feel that sometimes I need like a good final character to like wrap everything up together. This looks like a pretty good character to wrap it all up together. to be
You're
honest.
100% right. Because so one of the common drafts for turn 2 right now is to take like Bossa Runka or Empyrean Ilanav, and then you take Fallen Cecilia on 2. So you take one of those 2 plus Fallen Cecilia, and then you take Peyra if she's still available on 3, because it gives you the ability to speed contest and also have a cleanser, right? So it kind of lets you 4 or 5 counter pick people. If they just tank down and go slow, even if you yourself are a turn 2 player, you could just take Robin, because Peyra enables the Robin, and then you just cleave them. Like, even slow players can cleave with Robin. Like, you basically have no excuse now. You can't be like, oh, I can't cleave. It's like, you got Peyra, you got young Senya, you can cleave.
Yeah, and I mean, for what it's worth too, like I'd also like to point out that like, for as much as I like Renak as a cleave unit, if you're like taking Renak, like people have to respect that character can also be slow. Like, so like if you're like, if you're trying to play that as like a slow character, Renak is not like a pushover, even if you're using her just as like a slow type character. Like I've seen Renaks with like 30,000 health. Like what exactly?
I made a 60,000 one.
Yeah, like what exactly is going on here? You got like a 60. Like what are we doing? Rounding up to 100k health, and
Real quick, let me address some quick questions in chat. Does Penrez affect burns? Yes, burns have 70% pen. Does Amelia's passive work on burns? Yes, they can be cleansed if you're talking about Amelia. And something I wanted to point out here. 22,740 damage. That's a crit. She can crit with this hit. And that in RTA would be 34,100 damage. The 37,000 that's going into FCC down there, a large chunk of that is because of Arius. But if that's a true 50% increase as well, and I don't think it is, maybe it is, math's a little tough, but that would be 55,000 damage.
I don't know how you're living that.
Wow, now I'm wait, that's kind of. Now I'm kind of curious, like if you cook it up. Wait, I didn't realize that it could crit. If you can, I wonder how much damage that does if you put like attack and crit damage on this character. Like,
you know what I want to do, Kata? I want to have like a second Robin specifically for people who play Harsetia on defense, so I could go young Senya plus green character, and then I want to build like a base speed attack set Robin. And just get like just so my
Guys,
burns literally do like 60k damage.
That 19,359, 50% increase to that is 29,038 damage.
29,000 damage to a.
I don't think people have quite wrapped their brains around what this unit's going to do with Frenzy.
Yeah.
Bubik's saying pen resist does not affect debuffs. If the debuffs penetrate defense, how does pen res not impact them?
Yeah, that's why you would take. I think that's like the whole point of Ilanov. Like that's why they used her in the showcase. Right.
But anyway, this is a serious amount of damage, and I think the crazy thing too is, Yeah,
how
okay.
crazy the
There
damage is,
were
too.
there were 4 burns on everybody. I mean, there was 3 burns on the lower ones. FCC took giga damage because of Arius.
Yeah.
The reason that you didn't see so much go into Arunca there is because 1, Arius, and 2, she was wearing Proof of Valor, and 3, she only had 3 burns, not 4. So that's why her damage seems so low.
Oh yeah,
that's
a
Proof
good
of
one.
Valor's effect mitigating it.
Yeah,
No attack buff.
unfortunately we didn't kill every single character with 1 button. Like there were a couple of characters that still survived.
Well,
after
but the thing is,
aftermath.
in
So
RTA, you do kill
Lillithins has
the-
got a good point. He said burns don't penetrate defense; they ignore defense. Is the mechanic calculated differently?
I'm not sure.
If it is
If that's the
calculated differently,
case-
then sure.
if it's calculated like that, it is like a significant oversight by Smilegate to have that character in there. Because then, why did they? Like, what's the point of
Yeah,
that?
it's not
Like, why
effective.
did they, like,
Wind Demon is
thought
saying
the
it's
whole
not affected by Penrest. That's enough people saying it
bro,
works like
okay.
that that I'm going to have to believe
Who
them.
cares, bro?
Why is
Who
Illidan in
cares?
there?
You death break them after it already basically treats them as death broken. You basically double
Yeah.
death break them on burn. Like,
interesting.
they are dead. Like, if you get hit
Regardless.
by
Yeah.
if you get hit by if you get death broken while having triple burns, you
You're
are
dead.
dead. You are
Yeah,
dead.
I
dead,
checked
dead.
the E7 calculator and Penrest isn't affecting the burns on the calculator. Yeah, it's okay. My bad,
Hey,
guys.
good enough for me. Hey, she's even stronger. Hey,
She's
hey,
even
wrap it up,
stronger.
bro. Even just more justifying, like more reasons to justify my my max triple S ranking of this
God.
character. She is going to be. Oh my god, I can't even. I want to do so much. I want to do so much with
The
this
character looks
She
fun.
looks
I-
so fun.
I share that enthusiasm. That's what I said. Like, the fact that any playstyle can use her is what's so exciting about it. I was like, man, this character is like crazy compact.
Yep. And you really can't tell how fast this character is going to be too. I mean, like, honestly, is it not that crazy if you're just fast enough and you can like S2? You know what I mean? Like, let's say you open with her, or if she's like a little bit faster and you S2, you could have a character after take an extra turn too, and like
Exactly.
that still gives you it. You know what I mean? And, like, it's all the pushing and stuff.
I think you need to have the it needs to be on off cooldown. I'm not sure if the CR push is linked to that, but the swift attack is 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
In any case,
they
more
both are.
time to cook, you know. And again, every time that a character like this comes out too, I always see that in like a week or two, it's like kind of maybe not quite the same for like Fenny, but when they look this crazy in terms of damage, I'm sure in like 2 or 3 weeks, like one of you guys, like Tristen, Sue, one of you guys is going to come up and be like, actually guys, Robin can one-shot the expedition in 14 seconds. Like, here's how to do it. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, oh, okay. Like, the expedition's like a cakewalk too. Hey,
I'm down.
Hey, more power to you.
All right,
Like,
Abyss run through with Robin, all 120 floors.
Yeah, I mean, she
Let's use
does.
her for Eisman knock,
She
man.
does also. Again, we talk about the burn. Let's not forget she does extend the debuff duration of anything that isn't, again, a movement impairing. Like, blind for 2 turn it gives you a different kind of pain in your stomach. Okay, like that is the truth.
Seal, extend, seal. Let's go.
Yeah,
Extend
seal for
seal.
an extra turn. Like
Extend stun. Oh no, you can't do stun. You can't do restrict, right? But yeah, extending seal. Yikes.
Is it? Wait, can you do? Well, I don't know what the exact list. You can't do sleep. You can't do stun. Can you
Fear
do
as well?
Can't
Can
do
you
fear.
do bind?
Bind you can extend. Like
You can extend. I believe. I'm
think
not sure. Bind,
No,
I'm not sure. I don't think you can, but
If
you can extend bind. Okay.
Oh, GG's, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, bind is fine. Wait,
Yeah, bind is
Except
fine.
those
Alright.
which prevent movement. Bind does not prevent movement.
GG.
Yo,
bro.
bind
man.
is. Oh god, man, this
Turn
is.
2 just taking the L again, bro.
As
Bind
if-
is so toxic.
Hey! It's a give and take, okay? Like, look, you can have Arya, and I'll have,
You don't have to worry about turn 2. Cleave is dead. Tell your friends.
Oh,
Yeah. Everyone just remove the
That's-
immunities off of your characters. Just don't build any. Listen, like, you know what I mean? Like, bring back the damage on your Ilinov. Like, that's so fine. Like,
Buff
Arya
stack.
resist. Arya
Just buff
resist.
stack, guys. That was, I think, the most surprising thing about today was like went to sleep last night while after talking to Carr, dreading that I was gonna wake up and see Arya was like a cleave character. But to see that Robin's a cleave character and Arya's not a cleave character, I was like, can we just get this from now on? Where it's like we had 2 releases at the same time, one for like both playstyles, so that way everybody could shut up.
Yeah, I think honestly, I mean, if they don't mind like releasing it like this, I mean, even if they want to do like 2 characters and like have one like staggered a little bit, that like, you know, if you're trying to cater to the PvP folk, like that's it, you know, like just release 2 characters that are both going to help out like a playstyle. I mean, when they did the buff, I think did they buff FCC at the same time they buffed Litica?
Yep.
Hey,
Same,
so
same.
you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know,
I think that's the way to go.
It's
like
okay.
it just
that
feels
makes
bad
sense.
when you release like if you're being completely one-sided. Like for instance, last year they were going aggro, and then you just keep beating down people.
Yup.
So what do you guys
It
think
is
of this
just way more
artifact? It's clearly made for Robin, but do you think anyone
Rift.
else could use? Is this a potential pirate
Beacon.
flan alternative to Star of the Deep Sea, or do you think this is just going to be for
No.
rifting Robins?
Rift.
Do you guys remember like when we didn't have the same limited system we had, and people that didn't have Summertime's artifact was like, guys, don't worry, just use that like one event artifact that gives you a
Yeah,
like,
gives you
no,
bird.
it's not the same.
No.
It's
It's not the same.
As someone that tried that, like I was gonna make a whole video.
Yeah.
Like, can you really? Do you need C-Series artifact? Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Like,
Yes.
it really doesn't feel good. It
For
really does
15
not.
minutes you didn't, but then that got changed.
Yeah,
Chad is saying Bihu and Westwind
Yes, Bihu.
Executioner, sorry, Shuri. Yeah, those sound pretty
possibly.
accurate. Dark Shuri, Bihu, sure.
The only thing is that this is at a slight disadvantage to the event artifact that we received years ago, because this is on the condition that it has a cooldown, right? While the one that we had before doesn't have a cooldown. So
Yeah,
that's
going
the-
back
like
Yeah.
wasn't
once
it,
every 2 turns, but that makes sense because you wouldn't want Robin to S3,
Yeah, for Robin.
put burns, get an extra turn, then S3, give more burns, and suddenly you've got 5 burns instead of 4.
Hey, hold on a second. Why not, Tristen?
Yeah, you know what?
What
really,
says I
really,
don't want
it's
that,
like,
actually?
you know what? Instead of doing 59,000 damage, we could have done 70,000 damage.
God, I was like, what do you mean I can't have a larger
Yeah,
boom?
like what?
I want to have a bigger explosion.
You're
I
making a
was
few assumptions here.
promised
Like,
an
what if I
earth-shattering
do
kaboom.
want that? Like, I actually do
Kana
want
out here
that.
being Deidara from Naruto, bro.
What
That's not my
if I
artwork,
don't
Tristen.
want other people to have fun. Like, what do you mean by that? I mean, okay, for what it's worth too, I think like, you know, this artifact is obviously made for her, but it is nice that we are I guess like giving more options to some of the rangers that aren't just like guiding light. Now obviously, you know, there's gonna be like people that'll end up just using guiding light in general, but in more recent times I'm actually glad that like people have started using other artifacts. Like I've seen people using like renewed will a lot. Like I remember for a long time, like there were like 3 artifacts you could use in the game for for each individual class, and it's like, oh my god, you holy sacked for the 18th time in a row, like amazing. And like, oh, you Elbrist me, oh, you guiding light on your character. But now I see like renewed will, knock
Wall of
walls
water,
artifact.
Yeah,
You know?
Wall of Water is good now. Like it's no longer
Kana.
Wall of Copia, if you remember.
So Kana, use carrot. Use carrot. That's 2 burns. Plus you use Robin. That's 3 burns. 4. That's 6 burns. Plus when you do this, of course, because it happens every time, Mort's going to counter, and when he counters and hits, he's going to pick up another burn off of carrot.
Exactly.
And then you can detonate.
Exactly.
You can detonate all 8 burns.
Wait. If do you have that what's that blue?
Like dropping
what's
a
that
tactical nuke on
dark
Mort.
mage? Isn't there like
Suthan.
Yeah, doesn't Suthin like doesn't he like increase the damage of burns? Dude, it's just
Oh
like
my
we've got
God.
the just show me 5 quintillion damage
it's
burn.
Suthin.
Like let's do it.
Oh.
He's got like a passive or something like that, right? S2?
He inflicts 2 turns and his passive.
No, that's Bihu then. Bihu has to increase burn, but I don't
No,
think it.
no, he just increases attack. Is it Bihu?
Oh,
does that
is it
damage
Bihu?
burn?
I don't think it's
Bihu
Sacred Frenzy from what I know, though. That's the thing.
increases burn damage suffered by 30%.
Yeah, like,
80% burn
Yeah.
damage in
Yeah,
RTA.
let's do it. Like, why not? Like, that sounds amazing. I'm sure someone's gonna like pull up a clip. It's like someone picks four fire like farms 2 hours for a clip of them hitting 4 water units all at the same time, and then it'll do like 7 billion damage, and then it'll be like, see, even through element weakness, I do 1 billion damage. Like, it looks amazing. I personally cannot wait for this character. I've already been like thinking about her build, like whose gear I'm stripping for her. Also, side note, if you guys I think from the current Renak event, they gave you the what's it called? Those that like the attack and effectiveness gear. Guess who that's gonna be good on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this has got to be it for her, right? And otherwise, I mean, like, at this point, I don't know if you guys are people that like farming for like the openers, but I've been farming for, or inadvertently farming for like Araminta gear, and I have like 14 C-Seria sets at this point. So hey, you know what? You know, if you can gear all the debuffers, maybe now it's time. You know, back in the day, we used to not be able to use these characters ever, but
Burn Supremacy is on the come up, bro. Like, I've been playing a lot of Araminta lately.
Yep. I'm a huge fan.
So unless B, whose passive is burns he places, are up by 30%, but if it covers all burns, up by 30% plus the 50% we get from RTA frenzy mode, that means instead of doing 19,000 damage to AOL up there, you just did 34,846 damage.
Like, what are we even talking about? 34,000 damage?
That's fine.
Like, who even
everything?
Who even has
burning them down like Senya's village, man.
There's no attack buff to this character too, mind you, as well, right? Like, God forbid you give an attack buff to the character.
Shit,
you know what I mean?
She doesn't have an attack buff for any of this.
Yeah, like,
she doesn't have an attack buff for any of these attacks.
You know, and
quick, who has AoE attack buff extra turn? Quick.
A mid, right? Doesn't a mid do it? Doesn't a mid? Ran with Silver Rain, like, can also like strip the whole. Like, this is gonna look so ridiculous, honestly.
Hey, Hino, thank you for the raid, buddy. Welcome, Raiders. We were just talking about the ridiculousness that is Robin. 4103.
Ran doesn't give attack buff, but Ran, if you give him Silver Rain, will give it to the character with the highest attack, which is what, you know, some people.
Oh, wait, Blue Para as well. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Blue Para's a good one.
Hey, Kana, you want to take a stab at how much damage just went into that FCC in a Bihu RTA fight?
With or without attack buff?
No, just like this, without attack buff.
64?
72,000 damage.
72,000 dude, I remember back in the day, like when I was playing like a green set at like that 250 speed, and I'd use like a Soulburn, people were like, what the heck, you did like 80,000 damage, like, is that like a PvE boss? Dude, 72,000 damage to the tank of a team, and everyone else dies at the same time. Like, Green Sid, this character makes Green Sid look like an old archaic, you know, robot. Like, what the hell? AoE at like 10 billion damage.
So not a single unit here survived. Like, Arunka had 16,000 damage. She took 29,147. I think people who are saying Rift only unit really aren't seeing the bigger picture of what Frenzy bonus damage to burns and bleeds really is going to mean for this character. If you let her through without an answer, you are boned.
They must just be banking on the fact that they think like you're just going to miss either the strip or you're going to miss like the defense break, and they're like, yeah, and then like obviously the reason why she's bad is because like you missed all your debuffs, which is like, you got me, you know what? Yeah, we got 15%, but like just like look at it, you know, it looks so good.
Yeah, you do have elemental disadvantage. You do have the potential for misses. You do have evasion. I'm not saying she's unstoppable. I'm just saying that if any people who are around for the carrot meta, this is going to make the carrot meta look like a cookout next to the LA fires. This is going to be crazy.
It's time to put Elena back on Doctor's bag for this character.
yes.
That is crazy. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. If you guys don't have Elena built already, by the way, that character is like.
That character's so good.
Must build.
There's no frenzy mechanics because this is done in the arena system.
The two most underrated units I think in the game are Blue Elena and Green Armin. Those two are just very powerful, and like I never see anyone play them. I'm like, what are we doing, guys?
Okay, you know
It's
what?
like,
To be fair, I'm assuming this is done on a test server, and they can tinker with things in test servers, but I don't think they would have changed the mechanics of where they were testing the units on the test server to commiserate with the frenzy mechanics, but maybe they did. I don't know for sure.
she's burning the dragon zombie. Oh no.
Wait,
Okay,
I didn't even realize that we saw this. That was 250,000 damage. Like,
Yeah. Welcome to Rift,
dude,
bro.
like what?
Yep.
What even is this, man?
Inside Out Dragon's taken in the keister for sure. So yeah, she is best in slot for Rift, and I think she's going to have a lot easier.
383,000.
That's pretty wild.
God, man.
Why is its attack to just like be like my stomach just cracks and just drops all stomach juice on you? Like what is that? Like who
I think it's a
designed this
cool looking
attack?
boss, honestly. I'm kind of
Yeah.
a fan of its design. I can't speak to how big a fan I am of this. Like, I don't know, like I'm just a skeleton with like a floating orb, like a what is it like in the back of your throat, like the uvula? It looks like a uvula, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh, this is sick. I actually didn't see this animation. Oh, that's actually cool as hell.
Oh my God, Sue.
Yeah?
I bet Grills saw this kid and peed a little.
he's like the resident premier guy, man. He's probably like,
Oh my
wow.
God. He is cooking right now, man. He is cooking right now.
I'm telling you,
Lord.
cleavers are gonna force this character through somehow. I don't know how it is, like the potato balls and like the dude. Just wait, Higa's gonna come up with something in like 3 weeks or something, and this is gonna be like a force banned character somehow. Or hell, even just give like KJ like a week. He's gonna try that character some way
course.
somehow.
Yeah.
And
A
it's just
week,
gonna
bro.
look
Try
crazy.
hour one, bro. Hour one, dude. Character will be out for like 45 minutes, and he'll be like, I've perfected the cleave.
We don't
Yeah,
know what
the other
RC
thing-
level this is yet, guys. Whether or not Robin can solo, we won't know until day one. I guarantee you she'll be able to solo at RC 21. I think if she solos at RC 1, then Smogate really fucked her up again, but we'll see. She's definitely going to be good.
The one thing I want to
is
say
on
that's
me.
crazy is that like if she's soloing it at RC, like at any RC, the only thing I think is like a little odd is that like at least for the other Rift characters, they were like some sort of knight tank like Soul Weaver variation. I do
Rift
think it would be
thumbnail.
really that is a crazy thumbnail.
Yeah,
by the
that is
way.
actually a really good thumbnail.
Like
Mine.
I think it's
Dibs.
dude. If we could just talk about like on a side note for a
I'll
second,
mirror it.
that the E7 vault site going down. Oh my god.
God,
Oh
so
my
Yeah,
fucking
dude, I
awful.
when it went down, I actually thought of you, Kana, because I was like, bro, I was like, Kana is doing Hoyo content. I bet you Hoyo just gives him the stuff. And then I remembered actually like you get Hoyo Lab too, right? So I was like,
yeah.
how nice is it that your company like actually?
It's
Okay, you know
not.
what?
It's not Smogate's fault. They got hit with a
Nah, but, like-
random copyright thing from a bot, and they caved to it rather than doing.
Yeah,
anything
but they
about
should
it.
still give us anything, right? Like I asked Etheria
It is
for like
Smogate's.
assets to make.
It is Smogate's fault for not giving us access to assets directly.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I asked Etheria, can I get stuff to make thumbnails with? And 4 hours later, they're like, here you go. And they just gave me a zip file.
Oh my god. I won't talk too much about it, but like timing is so important for these things. I might have to fist fight you for this thumbnail, Tristen. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause if we don't get a better one, I'm gonna have to like flip it, like distort it, turn it upside down so it's a little different. Like
It'll be so
there's-
funny. The funniest thing would be if we all had the same thumbnail with just like different variations.
Bro, let's do it.
oh my god. But yeah, like
Hey, Anya, you wanna handle Agent's question there?
Oh, what was it?
He wants to know if Robin's worth pulling.
You can pull. Okay, I think she's definitely worth pulling. About wait a week, as usual. Wait for everyone else to do their pulls and do their evaluations. But I mean, she definitely looks like a good pull, to be honest.
My opinion
just
is
cannot wait.
Yeah, my opinion is the short answer is yes, and the long answer is hell yes. I mean, first of
Yeah,
all, you
I
always
understand.
pull the Rift unit. You always pull
Rift
the
unit
Rift
is kinda
unit,
really
but
important.
she looks like she's gonna be busted good. But Anya does have good advice. As always, you've gone your entire life without Robin. You can wait an extra 48 hours if you want to play smart. then you wait and see how she tests out. You wait and see if she's good or not. You wait and see if there's other solutions that you can have that are workarounds, so you can save your bookmarks for potentially something better. But if you're like me, you have a button pushing compulsion and you're going to be just mash and go on day one.
Yeah,
I don't think just from seeing her kits and doing the math on it, I don't see any way she isn't going to be a serious contender for PvP as well as PvE.
I just snap get her, to be honest. She feels she already looks super good in terms of PvP, so I can't see how she's not going to be good for Rift. She is the Rift kit anyways.
Renaissance units are few and far between, right? Usually it's like, oh yeah, the ML Luna, she's amazing. Unless you don't do PvP at all, then she really doesn't do anything. Sigrid, top of the freaking tier list, one of the most important units in the game if all you care about is killing wyverns. It's rare to find a unit that's like, good in multiple places across PvE and PvP. And when those hit, you almost always want to snap them up because they usually will find a place in your roster somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Now we got
Is it time?
Is it time to talk about the girl that has everyone acting unwise? Not that the last girl wasn't, but this one, yeah.
Okay, guys, you need to be quiet while she talks here, or she will give you a spanking. Hang on.
Violations of conduct will not be tolerated. Somebody's in need of a thrashing. One who perpetuates disorder shall face my iron fist!
It should have been me, man.
Should have been me.
Should have been me.
It's actually so funny, by the way. I had a good laugh this morning at like 7 a.m. when I saw this, because like it didn't dawn on me until after I saw the kit. So this character, right, Arya, is voiced by Susie Young, who is Kana's girlfriend Makima from Chainsaw Man.
Oh my god. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? In one update, we got Kefka and Makima.
I'm coming back to E7 for real, guys.
So I had a good laugh. I was like, Kana's girl is the most turn 2 character of all time, bro.
I will make her work in cleave. Don't you worry. I will cleave with her. It does not matter. Just give me a little time.
Every single time they have said this unit kills cleave, you know what has happened? This unit has been used by cleave. If it can harm cleave, it can be used by cleave.
Yep. We will find a way. That is the cleave. That is real. That truly is the cleave way.
Yes, it is.
This woman's just like on a tear, bro.
Disciplinary Prefect Arya.
Oh my God.
The girl who single-handedly flipped the once problematic Shadewood High into a school of
let's just talk about like the obvious. Like the design is like fantastic. It looks like, there's been a lot of love and care put into like literally the art and like the animation of the design. It is pretty humorous too. It's just like this tiny little character. By the way, I don't know if they have like a separate sprite for each of the characters when they're tiny, but like when I saw in like the video Luna got like punted, I did actually like verbally laugh, because that was like this like piece of like this piece of shit character like beats up my whole team, and I just like send her to the stratosphere. Like I do think that's kind of funny. But like, as we get to like the stats of her, like this character just looks like, how do you even talk about a character like this?
That button right there. That button is the strongest thing in Orbis.
Somebody said on my video, find a life partner that trusts you as much as Arya trusts the button on her shirt. And I was like, oh my god, bro.
Oh my god, it's ML Arya. We really gonna be calling her Malaria. Malaria. I think it's stuck. If I had to live through Lermia, you have to live through malaria.
People were calling her DP Arias.
Oh, like, yeah.
Oh my god, great. Yeah, cool. I'm sure.
That's pretty hot too. Oh, something amazing happened here. I'll show it to you.
I like Daria. Daria is a good
academic
name.
Prestige. Although she may be a bit of a tyrant, forcing students to study a minimum of 14 hours a day.
Seems reasonable, right? 14 hours a day studying.
14 hours is insanity.
Hey, listen, we could all do 14 hours of something with Arya.
And
you know
handing
what I
out
mean?
punishment
like,
on a
it is what it is,
whim.
guys.
Not a single student dared rebel against her, as she was also the school's strongest
The
in
earrings
terms
look
of
so
brute
good.
strength.
Yeah.
I love the
Recently,
earrings.
she's been
Yeah,
I
this-
really
okay,
like
guys.
the card. I'm not gonna lie. Like I love like when she
Yeah, it's-
punches them through it. Like that's like
Yeah,
that's so funny. I
The
love it
talisman,
so
yeah,
much.
the talisman, yeah, that's my favorite S3 animation I think they've ever made. It's so everything about it, like that's why it's the thing behind me. I was just like, this is just peak. This thing is so peak.
When is ML Arya
Oh,
dropping
it's so
in game?
fire.
June 5th, 2 weeks from today.
Yep.
keeping herself busy,
Oh, check this out, guys. This is actually important lore right here. Very important lore.
coming up with initiatives that would quell those insufferable bikers that have been frequenting the school even after they had graduated.
Did you see it? Did you see it? All you
What?
guys
No.
who have been gooning over ML Pera and ML Arunca and have been trying to rationalize the fact that they're in high school. They're legal, guys. They're hanging around
already
after
graduated.
they graduated. You don't have to feel bad anymore. You're not on some kind of watch list. You're in the clear.
Oh my
the clear, boys.
god.
You're in the
Oh
clear.
my god.
What am I? What are we doing here? Y'all
Nah.
some degenerates.
I'm good.
If you know, you know.
We're good.
Disciplinary Prefect Arya
That's a little bit of help.
It's
Little.
It is the second highest HP total in the game. The highest is 7,332, held by Empyrean Ilinab. So she's nine shy
Nine.
of the record.
The
Nine
only
shy. She's
thing
got dark,
Ilinov has on her that's bigger.
yeah, dark Corva stats. That's what I said. She's part of the holy trinity of thickness. I could not believe they gave her this stat line. I was like, are you kidding me?
What's funny is that like you would probably play her like Dark Corvus too. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she's like
Yeah.
this. If by some
Another
magic act of
30K
God, you
HP
haven't picked
unit.
her early.
It's adorable. You
Yep.
think people are going to build this at only 30k HP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
We-
this
we
character
haven't
get
seen,
35. You get this
We haven't
character.
seen anything
35.
about how
Oh,
much res she
40k or
gets, right?
bust. 40k or busty. I mean bust.
Yeah, if you go base speed, you could get this character 40k.
Wait,
Arya
we
is a
haven't
five-star
seen
dark elemental.
how much res she gets from her health, right? We don't have like.
No,
a
We
scale
don't
yet.
know the ratio. We know that her res scales off her health. At first I thought, okay, 18% health would probably be roughly equivalent to 18% effective resistance. But if you math 18% into this and you convert that, that means like 30k health would be like 500 and some odd ER. So we know it's not quite that.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't know what the ratio is.
Oh
Arya.
man, because just like
She has high
what
health.
the hell, man?
And that's
This
that's
looks-
really the big thing on whether or not she is mid or game bendingly broken is really what that ER ratio is and how much this unit
I
turns
love
all
it.
of us into Japanese bruisers. 'Cause
My
that's the
best
way
guess is
Japan plays bruiser right now is ER.
It's probably 1% ER for every 200 health. That would give you at 30k, give you 150 for free.
and can increase her health further.
Yeah, and if
this
that's
unit.
all it gives you, then you would want some ER additional stat. But if it gives
Nah, bro,
more
her
than
pa-
that,
her-
then you would
her
want
passive
HP.
gives 40. Her passive also gives her 40. She'd be at 190 without building any.
Valid.
Through her imprint concentration.
It's just like this much free. Like okay, like okay.
Skill.
Well, actually, let's just let it go through. So like we'll talk first about like the soul burn consumption. That's like obviously like really
Yeah.
nice because you know in this day of Epic 7, if you're like a character that's not inherently like designed to counter cleave, you have to at least have something in your kit that does let you counter cleave in some sort of way or like counter speed players in some way.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
am not
you know,
okay. I am not okay with these tariffs on our cleavers' souls. I don't think this is going to make RTA great again.
I am inclined to agree with you, Tristen. I'm also not a huge fan of this, but I will say if you are someone that likes Arya, it is pretty true that if you don't have something like this, like with the character, like basically with every character at this point, they are just like almost borderline unusable. Because like you know
Yep.
we've seen characters that look like they're super good for like tankiness or being like you know preventing something or like you know they might be strong in some way, but the baseline is that you have to not be able to get killed by cleave. If you can get killed by cleave, gone. Like that's just You know, like a lot of people like playing Renak. They like playing the Litica. They like playing fast when they can. And look, plain and simple, she's got like the ER thing, which I think helps quite a bit, right? And she also has the Soulburn thing, which I think with just those two things alone, she's put it at a pretty competitive level. Like I honestly, if I just am guessing where she's going to be picked, I think she's going to be picked in the first 3. Like I don't think this is like a 4 or 5 character at all. I think people are just going to be like, I want to play honestly. 500 ER, and she's gonna. Oh yeah, okay. Well, if you know, me too. But you know, for the people that aren't gonna ban her, like I'm sure this is gonna be a super early team.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, the comparison was made here also to like a Maid Chloe or like an Armin, like early on. Dude, people were picking Maid Chloe and Armin like the second the match. I think like KHM was doing that for like years. Like he's just Maid Chloe. Like
it's gonna end up being like pick 1 takes a Runka, pick 2 chooses 2 out of the 3 between Fallen Cecilia, Ilanav, and Arya, and then whichever one is left, the other guy takes.
Yeah, and like you know that's fine, but I think you know cleave bias aside, if you're someone that likes Arya, this passive alone already looks more than enough reason I think for you to pick a character if you want to play her in like Arena, Guild War, RTA. While this is really insane, what I think I have the biggest issue isn't even this, but like something that's coming next. But I don't know if you guys have like any other thoughts about this, like the S2 passive specifically.
I just the fact that she gives 40% ER to your whole team and then 14% from her imprint, that is like nuts value because Maid Chloe gives 40. Like this gives 54. Like actually, doesn't Maid Chloe also have the same? No, Maid Chloe gives the same with Shamadas, doesn't she?
Yes, the same.
It's the same. Yeah, so it's literally the same. So it's just like you can play this, you can play Maid Chloe, and just your team with nothing else just has like 110 ER.
I don't know if you guys know Cookie, but I looked at this passive and I was like, Cookie is freaking so happy right now, probably reading this kit.
Yeah, Cookie is like very, very high ranked player that plays a lot of ER stuff. Like his Renak is like 260 speed with 200 ER. Why? Because it's Cookie.
Because Cookie, yeah.
Bread as well, yes. Like, oh man. The ER cheese.
Couple of things about this. First of all, like one of my biggest issues with my Arunka is I don't have any ER on her. Not really. And picking up a good chunk of ER.
4,000. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, right? But with the ER, it's been a problem. But suddenly that problem kind of goes away if I can slide an Arya behind her, right? So I think it's going to allow some of these builds to come up a little bit too. But the other thing too is like, what's the best way to deal with her is like you've got to seal her so you can free up your souls. Unlike Belly, she doesn't make souls go away. She just makes it more expensive to push that button. But it's hard to seal her because you got a soul burn to ignore ER, and that's an expensive soul burn. If only there was a unit that like would let you soul burn for free right out of the gate, and if only that unit was like a summer unit who's due for a rerun any time now.
Oh, that timing is impeccable.
You think that timing is a coincidence, baby? I think those of you who are wondering when the free to eat a banner is coming back, I would say within the next 4 to 5 weeks. So
Tristen, are you the event planner at Smoggy?
I'm just saying.
This is a little too coincidental.
Soul burn your Luna, and boom, you've gotten rid of the passive, and all of your souls are uncaged, and you can go nuts.
I hate this character with every fiber of my being. Not necessarily the kit, but just like the character's design and the character.
Cleave is dead. It's okay.
No.
Yeah, like
I'm not talking about the kid. I'm talking about the character's design and the character's thing. Dude, like when this character came out, man, there was some questionable behavior to say the least. People were like, "It's fine, she's legal," and then people post the screen.
No, she's not.
And then people like pull up the receipts, and it's like, do you see this number here that says 14?
Yep.
Oh no, dude.
Oh boy. Yeah. Let's go back to talking about Arya. More fun.
Yeah, please.
2.
I mean, okay, so
execution.
She's got all this like
soul burn.
this good stat. If you want to keep going, Tristen, you can.
I'm just lowering the volume.
I know,
for you.
I know what Kanda is gonna get at here. Because wait, she gets 1 billion free stats on this passive, and then you just get 100 crit on everything else.
Yeah, and then all of her abilities, like her S3 that we're about to see here in a moment, is going to give her a guaranteed crit. Like, okay, now, okay, I will say that kind of similar to like how they wanted to kind of balance out like the character design. Yes, I will admit that like they do kind of make it so that you do have to soul burn the character if you want to do quite that much damage, and you do technically also have to like stack this ability for it to do like the 30k that we talked about, right? So I'll give it to them. They tried to rein it in a little bit, but like at some point, do we even need to build stats on characters? Like, what is this, guaranteed crit? Right?
Oh, dude, this one, disciplinary warning does not have the guaranteed crit, but the follow-up has a guaranteed crit.
Yeah.
Disciplinary action does.
Yeah, which means you could punch Spirit Eye Celine and not get countered and still double tap her.
That's even
Yeah,
worse.
because Spirit Eye Celine will not counter on a extra attack.
wait,
So
that's
yeah,
insane.
you don't crit, then you crit, and she doesn't do shit about it.
God, it's just.
I mean, unless you
it's
rando
like,
crit with this skill, right? If you rando crit, possible, but yeah.
honestly, even to that point though, like, who cares? Like, this character has like basically an impossible to debuff stat line, has like probably 40,000 HP. Like, even if you get countered by the Celine, like,
Calm
it
down
is
there,
what it is.
Shinigami.
But
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know
what I'm saying.
mean?
Yeah, it just bounces off her. Like, she's like, okay, like, just all right, I'm
Like,
good.
I get it. They're trying to sell the character, and that's fine. And you know, admittedly, they are working, at least from what I can tell. Like, it looks like they're working on adding characters that will, like, you know, have EEs or stuff in the future that'll give them like additional or free stats.
Mhm.
But like, I just think, like, looking at this, like, I'm just staring at it, and when I read it for the first time, I was like, oh, if this is how they're doing it, it's got to be like, you know, she's got something. Like, she can't, like, I don't know, she can't use souls, or like, you know, she's got like an element weakness, or like, oh, don't worry, but like she's fine, but guess what, you know, Karina or someone's gonna kill her. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, so the weakness isn't on her, like, her S3.
Yeah.
That's okay though, like, it's gonna come on her. Oh, so it's not on her S2 because there's just like no counter to the. Oh, so like the S1 just doesn't really have a counter to it either, does it? Like, there's just no downside to this.
Yeah, and so normally the counter to this kid Kata, you'd be like, oh, well, she's squishy, so who cares? And it's like, oh, wait, no.
No, yeah, that's like literally what I said too when I was like reviewing this character. I was like, oh, but like it's fine because she's like a warrior, by the way, right? I'm not mistaken. She's like literally a warrior, like. Yeah.
So all the good artifacts.
So like, surely she would have to be like, in theory, like, you think of warriors, like maybe there's a few that are like in that, you know, 18 to 20k HP mark. No, like the counter showcase like version of this character had 28,000 HP, and everyone knows that when you see the showcase unit, that showcase unit looks fraud as hell. Like that is just not a real like demonstration of what's going on. So if the like, you know, if the haha, like, here's like the average, you know, looking Arya looks like, you know, you just know that someone's going to pull up with this and be like 50,000 HP, like 800 like equipment score, like they like one shot everything on your team, and I'm fearful for it, and I just know, like, again, I'm not like super keyed in with like all the RTA players or anything like that anymore, but like there's this one guy that I keep like queuing into, this guy named like Water Buffalo.
Oh my god,
that guy just has like 400 ER and everything. Okay, so like you have this character too, like, all right, so I'm just not gonna pick Litica into him, I guess. Like, he's just like, every character's got 600 ER. I can't kill them.
Dude, you can
like,
Strat Gauntlet this girl.
You can Strat Gauntlet.
Like, yeah, exactly. And it's just like, you know, I'm sure that there are people that will say like, oh, well, what if I use, and then like they insert like some like, oh, like Strays is OP, watch a shirt. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. Like, don't you even try, man.
She can
like,
literally use anything.
Stop. Like, I saw it 1, 2, 5,000 times. oh, they have like 80,000 HP. Just use the character designer. It doesn't work like that, man. Like, I sure wish it did, but it will not work. Like, if you know, and that's honestly what like gets me the most. Cause like, listen, I'm all for a little bit of imbalance in the game. I think that's a little funny. But like when people are like, oh, you know, how could you be saying this character's strong? Like, I'm just gonna use like my OP character to beat this. I just close my ears. I'm just like, no, la la la. I'm not listening to you. Please don't buff the character. Please, la la la. Like, we'll see, and you'll see. Like, I'm positive if we're just like making hard calls for, or like, you know, takes for how this character is gonna go. This character is gonna be like right up next to Arunka. Like, I just cannot see a universe where she's not.
God,
like,
I'm with you. Before you got here, I was talking about how people asked in the chat, is Fallen Cecilia good after the rework? I was like, well, you see, so Fallen Cecilia is the left and right leg of the Forbidden One, and Imperial Illinev is the left and right arm of the Forbidden One, and Boss Arunka is Exodia, the Forbidden One. So you know what happens when you get all the pieces? You might as well just throw Arya in there, but what is she, like the chest of the Forbidden One?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because, like, obviously, you know, I think like people want to test and like give a little bit of time for like testing and stuff, and that's okay. But like just read the description, just like say it out loud. You know what I mean? If you just like say it out loud, you're like, this is OP.
Yeah, so like, you look at the stat line, you're like, okay, so it's just like legit top 3 tankiest things in the game, and then like it probably gets like just 350 gear score for fun casually.
Yeah, like,
and also just doubles my opponent's soul burn cost. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Anya, what do you see here?
Which part?
Anya, what do you see here? Do you see what I see here?
Oh, your mouth.
What?
In this skill, what do you see in this skill? What jumps out at you?
Oh yeah. The thing that jumps out to me is the fact that there's no specific wording that says on the caster's turn.
Yes. There's no qualifier. What's that mean?
Let's pick 3 dual attackers and let's just pull Arya every time.
Let's put her on counter set and have disciplinary action happen on every single counter. Let's slap a unity set on there and be extra dickish about it. There's nothing to stop disciplinary action from happening.
My favorite part.
I completely forgot that Unity was a set until you just said it right then. Like, I swear on my life, I was like, what is he talking about? What is that thing you just said?
My favorite, by the way, about this
character. Let's top 10% injury in there just to be dicks.
No. There's a reason for that. So you see, Arya is a penetration unit on her skill tree, which means Illinev counters her. So we can't have that. So we need to have injury so we can counter the Illinev.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, let's just play her on triple unity set.
Triple unity or counter unity. I think it's her best build. People are going to be going like unity HP and that kind of stuff, but I'm telling you,
I think triple unity would be so funny, dude. You would lose more games than you probably should.
Triple unity is more chance to have an extra thing than counter is. Just one reacts to your units, one reacts to theirs. So if you're playing a more aggressive comp where you're taking more turns, triple unity would theoretically be better. If you're going full on tank down bruiser style, then counter would be better. But it does opens up opportunities.
The crazy thing about this too is that like we're talking about just her, like, and how powerful she is as a character, which I think is like, that's fine. Just like think about how tanky this character is going to be if you give her an Aureus. Like if she isn't like, you know, she's got more HP, Aureus, but like
she's got more HP than this girl, and I'm running her with speed boots.
Oh my god!
Whiteface actually made a pretty good point. ADS could still seal you because her burn is 10 souls, and she can hold a book for 20.
All right, we're building immunity, boys.
No problem. We just move one set off. Hey, that's okay. Like attacks to be had, we'll still pick this character. Again, I still think what will really be like something that we need to look at. I don't know if it's necessarily like going to be as pressing of an issue, because I think right now, especially if you're someone that's trying to like balance, or if you're trying to observe like both POVs of like the tank players and like the faster, like more aggressive players. Right now, I feel like we're at that period where faster players are probably using debuffs or like some sort of defense break to deal with the slow players, and like the slow players. Well, anyways, so like the thing is that like, when you play like as a slow player and like you have to like have that balance, I feel like we have to wait and see like how they're going to handle like this continued struggle between the two. But I am curious, like if they ever end up making or trying to buff a new character or add a new character or provide like a new character the ability to deal with some of these tanks, like we're getting to the point where if you don't defense break or if you don't seal, like how the hell do you even deal with like 40,000 HP? Like you have to injure, which I get it, but like if you're playing injury, that's like a slow versus like slow kind of thing. And there's characters at this point that, I mean, realistically, we're a half skip and a jump from a character that cleanses injury, by the way. Like I'm still holding on for that as well, but like, I'm just curious if they'll ever release another Strays type character. I wonder if they'll give Strays an E. Like, I've also been curious if they'll like give him something.
I'd be down for a Straze buff. Like, I'll be real with you. Even his turn 2, I'd be down for one.
Like,
just
he's
too cool to not.
Like he boots up with an attack buff. Okay, no more complaining. I won't say another word. Like I'll close my mouth. I won't say another word in my entire life. Like if he just gets like a little bit more like tankiness, like he just opens the map with like, I don't know, anything like evasion buff, like something. If they give us that, that's cool. I'm just again cautiously optimistic that someone or some players will use this Arya change and go, like now you're never going to debuff me again, and I'm also going to force you to play either an injury character or I'm going to force you to play into like a 40,000 HP wall.
Dub, I hate it. I hate everything you're showing me on the screen. I've never hated a screenshot so much in my entire life as I hate this.
Yeah, like.
Well, this is how you win. This is actually how you win. I play Araminta. I play one of the Aramintas into Boss Arunca a lot because like they're so weak to burns and stuns.
Yeah. I mean, for arena, this is fine. The only thing I'd say is that like I don't know if you guys have met like the real like Achilles heel of like, because I'm a big fan of like Blitica or like Blooming Litica, the DDRs and like the SBAs of the world. This designer Lilibit character, like. That character just oh my god she just like
but that's what she was designed to do. You remember when Designer Lilibet came out, it was like we have debuffs are too strong, like, we need a guaranteed way to do it.
She like debuffs one time and then you re-debuff her as she's getting debuffed. Like it's just I do think she's a great change. I'm just a little like cautious towards how much I'd like us to focus too much on debuffs, because there should be like a good balance, right? Like there should be tanks, and then there should be the ability to deal with them both debuff and damage wise.
Yeah, the game is too
right now, you know, like
the game is a little too skewed towards debuffs. Like debuffs in Epic 7 are just so powerful. And not to like jump too much off topic, but like if you played Etheria during the beta, debuffs in Etheria are shockingly like some of them are strong, but like it doesn't feel as backbreaking as E7. You're like, wow. Debuffs at E7 really are broken.
Yeah.
I would like to echo the words of Basara though. Could we just take like just a moment here to appreciate those legs that go all the way to the ground? I mean, god damn.
No, they don't. She's like a couple feet off the stool.
Sue, let people enjoy things.
Binoculars?
So, on top of like this insane kit, which seems all about just enabling effery, you know, stopping souls, being super tanky, slowly injuring people. Have we noticed the damage when she punches shit through walls?
Yeah, I mean, like, just like, look, again, I understand. So actually, you guys, I think, went a little bit further than I did with it. I was trying to, or the first time I saw her do damage with her S3, it said it did 23. I did not realize that you can go even further and it looks even crazier. But like, but just in, like, even like, look at, I think it's like I think it's like after this turn, or like I think on this turn actually, when she S3s this Raz, like look at how much damage this soul burn does. Like,
yeah, this
again,
right
like,
here.
mind you,
Watch this.
Like it's good damage, but not insane. And then it starts ramping up.
It's
really
into
good.
a freaking Ross though. I mean,
yeah, like
it's not like
that's.
It's not like
you know what I mean.
That move also gives a
barrier,
barrier, by the way. That is a defensive move, by the way. If you just soul burn it, you could just keep barrier up indefinitely.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. She also gives a barrier that scales of all things, scales off of HP. By the way, they didn't even give us like a little bit of leeway. Like some other characters in the game will scale with some like bogus, like some nonsense like that.
Yep.
Yeah, like what? Like half her HP.
Yeah,
what
she
am
did half her HP worth of damage.
It's another 3. It's another like 2 to 3 stat character. Like Renak is just speed attack. This character is just defense health speed, or like it's not even. It's just defense health.
And again, right? Like we're thinking of all these ways to deal with
I just noticed
her.
the doggos.
Just a dog.
There's doggos. Check out that one doggo. He's like, what the hell?
Dude, he's just glad it wasn't him, man. Like,
He's
look
like,
at
what? He's like, mother of God.
Dude, I don't know, man. I just think they should really just implement it. You should not be able to do as much damage as you have health. Like that's just it. Like over a certain like threshold, should just not happen. I cannot imagine how this is. And again, keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, this specific showcase of the Arya, this is her on counter.
Yeah.
Like she's got
imagine
counter,
Destro.
Yeah, and like
imagine Destro. Holy crap.
Like, aren't they clearly aware of the debuff issue, dude? Though they keep releasing units that are immune to debuffs or do something like transfer debuffs away. Like,
Anyo, we made a promise. We're not allowed to nerf, okay? This is what happens when you can't nerf in a game because you just run out of design space. You just have to make things bullshit.
We'll have to see like later on as well, but this is also just a character who's effectively the only buff that they have is like venom and like being combat readiness pushed. You know what I mean?
My God, I said at my stream this morning. This team. I mean, do you think KHM like peed a little when he saw this? This is the most KHM thing I've ever freaking seen going on right here.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe.
This is hostage gaming to an extreme.
darn, I hope I get her. Oh shoot.
I do too. She's totally not my playstyle, but I still want her.
We could work. Hey, Tristen. Hey, I'll DM you a little later. Hey, we could work this out, buddy. Like, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Like, give it a little bit of time. We'll cook. Okay. Like, we've done this before.
Hell yeah.
But again, I just think it's crazy because like normally, even when you see these showcases, they're like, oh, you know what? That's fine. Because guess what? Like, you have like this showcase. It looks a little weird, or like, they'll force. Or some of the really, really old like E7 showcases, they'd be like, "Hey, look at how much Pavel, like how much damage Pavel does," and they'll give him like attack buff, crit damage buff. Like the enemy team is like four wolves basically. That's like the right side team is like about as meta as you'd find in terms of like maybe RTA or like general arena units. And this is a solo Arya showcase. Like that's just like. It's DDR
yes, my favorite buff, by the way, SK_C21299_3_SKNMX2. It's my favorite buff.
It's just it just looks so ridiculous,
I'm sorry, I just saw it. ×2.
It's clearly a placeholder variable for whatever the ultimate's name was. They probably didn't know it was gonna be called Purge at that time, but it's still funny.
Yeah, the most brain dead comment I think I saw on this video was it's just a DDR showcase. Like, yeah, DDR did the 23K and the 14K.
You're right. You're so right. Oh my God, how could we have been so foolish as to not see that?
So blind.
If I get this character, best believe you know what's getting the 0 defect city crafting gear for my account.
She's on Thorn of the Blue Rose.
Again, I think we'll like really have to see like what her stat line ends up being, but like, man, even if you run this character like fast and you have HP, like there's just like so many like working, I feel like aspects to this. Because what if you don't even build crit damage? You know what I mean? Like, what if you just accept that you do a little bit of crit, but you can just fully defense pen and injury someone with like S1? Like, it's just characters like this like get me so
That's what I'm saying. If you go HP like triple HP right side and you put speed on the boot, like the boots, like as like a sub stat, like get like 18 speed on the boots as a sub, but play HP percentage main, you could probably realistically build this character on counter at like 260, 280, or I'm sorry, 160 to 180 speed, and just be like, yeah, I got like a 40k HP Arya, it's fine.
Keep in mind as well, like keep in mind as well, we're not talking about artifacts. Guess what artifact is pretty good for warriors if you want to keep taking turns? We got Durandal. That thing got buffed like I got at this point like a year ago or something.
It's warriors, bro. Everything's good on warriors, bro. All their artifacts are broken at this point.
Oh my goodness.
Does it Bubek, or is it just multiplicative? I thought something had an 80% pen. You put pen set on it, it still increases it. It's just really watered down at that point because you're increasing it multiplicatively, not additively.
I think they meant that the skill naturally scales up.
Oh,
to 70%.
her skill. Yeah, it's 35 plus 35. It's not 35 and then 2 more steps. It's just goes. It starts at 35 and can have a second stack to 70% total. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, again, I just think like, you know, I'm sure like everyone, especially, you know, in the chat and like us like in the call, like I think it's okay to be like cautiously optimistic about how good or how bad this character actually is. Yeah, but I just think that like features and like objective like stats on the character that we're seeing right now look a little bit crazy. You know what I mean?
This is how
I like how he politely CR pushes up Arya so Arya can get the kill shot instead of it being Destina, so it could totally be her showcase.
Just like
that, we wanted to see the jiggle one more time. Okay,
like 31,000
stats say a lot about a character because it makes it really easier to build them a certain way. And as for Arya, since she has really good HP, now you get free 30k HP plus for free.
Yeah. Like the sign of a character being good in a game like this is how self-sufficient is it, how much free stats does it get, and how like versatile is the kit, right? So like the fact that Arya is a damage dealer, but also a defensive unit, but also restricts your opponent's game actions, and also just, you know,
is there any unit in the game that gets this many free stats?
I
don't think there's any unit in the game that gets more free stats than this.
Like having 150 ER is insane. Like
well, yeah, I mean, the passive, without even knowing her variables, like the passive essentially generates 160 gear score, and then she gets like about 160 gear score from just the S1 and the S3. So that's like 320 before you factor in whatever she gets for the ratios. So like if it's like what I think it is, where it's like 200 HP is 1% ER, that's another 150 roughly.
90 gear score alone from the 85 crit chance she gets.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I get it. They had to sell the character. I personally am still team like love the character, but like like someone really must have been like, we can't fail on this Arya character, and she is like really does feel like a cannot fail type kit. Like, how can you go wrong? Well, you know, like, how can you go wrong if we just give them all the stats in the world? Literally as many stats as you want. Like, any stat you want. Survivability, damage, you want, like, the inability to get debuffed. The other thing I want to talk about as well, like I was talking about, like, the solo DPS role that she reprised, or, like, in that showcase. And, like, even for Robin as well, like, these are not, you know, we're not insinuating, we're not being shown characters that can't even get buffed, right? Like, you can give attack buff and, like, you know, Senya, like young Senya's passive and stuff to these characters, unlike you would be able to with someone like Bystander Hua. And originally, like, I thought, like, oh, well, like, you know, the counter to Hua is that even though her S3 can extinct and kill, you can't give her an attack buff. Well, now you can't debuff a character the same way you probably can't debuff a Hua, but she can be buffed. So like what? You know what I mean? Like what exactly is going on here?
Can I refund my Huayang for this unit, please?
No.
Like,
no, I love Bystander, bro.
Is beautiful, and you should be glad to have her. Shame on you.
Yeah, she is a great. I do like that character. Even if she has 40, even if that character is like 20k HP and still one shots any of my units, that's another goofy looking character. But
yeah, she's goth Karina.
What do you guys think about Snow Crystal on Arya?
That's such a funny artifact,
Hey,
isn't
you
it?
know what? Just say,
It's all
you
good,
had
bro.
a bad day at work, okay? Like, just
Say
it's
you had a
okay
bad day at work.
It's okay to put it on one day when you're feeling a little
Just
down,
once.
but wake up after, wake up
It's-
after class or like wake up after work and you take your nap, then take it off so that we can all be friendly gentlemen in
Chat-
the game of Epic 7.
Chat
Eat a
keeps
Snickers
asking
bar.
what's gonna be. Chat keeps asking what's gonna be a good artifact, and it's like take your pick. Golden
Rare of
Rose,
Solitude,
Sweet-
Snow
Rare of
Crystal if you're a
Solitude,
dick, Pipit Lance,
Pipette Lance, Sweet
Golden
Miracle,
Rose,
Guard
Golden
Crab,
Rose,
Captain
Golden
Kral's
Rose.
artifacts.
You can
Yeah,
really
Crow.
take what
if
you
you're worried,
Durandal.
if you're truly worried about debuffs, you got Sweet Miracle and Strack Gauntlet, Durandal for
Yep.
the constant CR pushes. The Warriors artifacts are freaking legion.
Oh man, if you eat, oh my god, I'm so annoyed by Sweet Miracle on payroll right now. If you also take Sweet Miracle on like this is like if you could put Sweet Miracle on Destina, like dude, you have problems, like for real. Like I'm just trying to do my little thing with my Silverblade Araminta, just debuff a little bit, and you
I
just
forgot all
like,
about
we just
Sweet
turn it
Miracle
off,
giving you
like,
10% health.
my
Oh shit.
Oh my god, like
Bro, what do you mean,
please, man.
dude? It's okay, bro. Just let me have 4K more health. It's
That
fine.
artifact is actually pretty.
I'm sure, don't get me wrong, I'm sure this is a good or like even like ideal artifact for this character, just because like, if you really have the freaks, there is nothing worse in life than like you expecting to keep a character stunned and then boop, like they can start acting now.
So everything's a Sweet Miracle angle. It's always
Yeah,
the Sweet Miracle angle.
like that and all these like different artifacts. Like if you want to use any of these, that's totally fine. I just think like, man, I can't. I've already been like, I
Hey.
think I've talked about this for like years at this point. Like I just want like that UI, like like when you get into the game, just tell me what artifact they have, okay? Like
Please,
just
yeah.
at least let me
I
know what I'm
know.
gonna die to. Okay?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like just kill me slowly, but like at least like kill me and let me see what I'm dying to.
Hey Anyo, I cracked the code. We run her with Robin.
You're cooking. I like that.
We
Dude,
we
it
run,
was just
we
oh
run her
my
with
God,
Robin.
man.
We just play.
Oh my
with Tom.
gosh, that
Yo, bro, let's go. Indestructible Gators.
you really get a burn on the first hit if you use this. and Oh my
That is
God.
actually crazy. Oh my God, dude.
This is too. She literally works on everything. It's kind of. Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude.
Pipette Lance is also really good because usually the healing is not that good, which is why I don't like using it on other characters. But since she has a double hit on the S1,
Double
it
hit.
probably has good value.
Yeah, it gets you.
double
Yeah,
hit,
you get
double
mad-
heal.
Yeah, double hit, double heal. Yo,
I do want to say, like, in terms of the artifacts, by the way, I have appreciated the fact that they do spread out the usages of the artifacts like well enough so that it feels like you're not like pigeonholed into one or the other. Like you can actually very reasonably see like the effect or like the value between something like Sigurd and Golden Rose and Pipette Lance, which I think is nice. And it's like kind of also the same. Obviously, like those are all the quote unquote lifesteal arties.
Yep.
But even with like Lethe's arty and like Sweet Miracle as like the HP stacking ones, those are all ones that like I think Epic 7 has been cooking a little bit with the arties. I just hope that, and I mean, like, I know they're not going to do this, but like, I hope that not every arty that we have in the future is like some percentage based nonsense. Like, you can make it good without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and they're
Bro,
making
ain't no
like,
way,
the-
ain't
the
no
Moab and stuff.
way, Space. Ain't no way you're talking about putting freaking Song for Everybody on there. you need to eat a Snickers bar, man. You're not freaking right in the head right now, bro.
Labyrinth Cube? Nah. Get out of here.
Buddy.
Labyrinth Cube, dude. I'm gonna say it.
Freaking
I had
20%
Labyrinth
chance to
Cube.
increase your CR by 15 every time the enemy takes a turn.
I don't remember who originally used this. I think it was it Kukerbat because he used Warhorn on his Stene or something. Like someone used to do that for a long time. But
But
yeah, I took my Warhorn off of like Mediator Cowrick for like an entire season or something because I was using something else. And in place of it, I did just put a Labyrinth Cube on him. Like I had nothing better to put on.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, Warhorn Arya. Let's go.
Let's
Why
just play
not?
Candlestick. Let's just go back to the basics.
Yeah,
No.
go back to the
Candlestick is a
basics.
great artifact, but they hate that artifact with a passion.
Yeah.
Candlestick is broken. That is the one I think they should remove from the game.
If they could, I'm sure they would, but I think there would be so much pushback on it because like that I feel like so much of the game like has some sort of interaction with it. And
I'm not sure I
man,
agree with
let's
this
not.
being the best Artie. I mean, this lets her do some extra damage, but it's just damage and some souls.
Yeah,
I think it's probably
I
going
think
to
it's
end up
really
being
good. It just depends how you're going to play with her. I think
I think
giving
it's
up. I
between-
think giving up these Arties that give you free health is kind of rough.
Yeah, you'd probably have to do the calculation on that of like which one's
Yeah.
better, like 10% health or like for like the scaling wise.
Yeah, for damage, but you know, also you get some utility out of some of these artifacts too, like Pipit Lance and Golden Rose. I don't know. I think it really just all depends on how you're going to play her and who you're going to
Yeah.
play her with. Like you said, there's a really good spread of artifacts. There is no right answer or wrong answer. It just depends
Yep.
what you want to try to accomplish. Even doing stupid shit like I want to run her with Robin. You know? So
Listen,
But-
and I will say like the versatility of the character is also like what makes her like one of the scariest characters. If you guys recall, literally like some of the most like the disaster characters, like the
Yeah.
old disaster characters of Epic 7, the 7 wonders of the whatever the 7 disasters. Like I'm pretty sure a majority of those characters you like could build them like 3 or 4 different ways, and you had to account for every single way that they
yeah.
could be built. Like what was it, like AOL?
those are the
It was
scariest.
like Bellion could be on like injury or like some sort of like Aureus or a counter set. Like
Reamer was one of them. You didn't know if it was ER or
it was
tank or
ER
damage.
or tank or damage or speed. Like you know what I mean? And it's like all this random nonsense. And this does feel like again a character that feels that way. I don't really know how you're going to build Arya. Honestly, she's not as cut and dry as some of the other characters.
Yep.
Again, like you see like the strongest characters in the game or the strongest characters in the game are literally the ones that you don't really know exactly like how they're going to be built. And like that is a strength in of itself, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly. Imperial Elnav is like, is it damage or is it tank?
Yep.
Yep, exactly.
So
We'll
yeah,
never
this is why when Lone Wolf Payra came out and Tristen, Valky, and I said that we think she's top tier, and everybody got like mad at us for that take. It's like the character is a cleanser, but also an opener, and also is one that can build a whole like core around her. Like, and she works good as a fast character, and she works good as a slow character.
Let's not also forget, by the way, I don't know if you've died to this recently, Sue, but I've been playing a lot of like Spirit Eye Celine and like Fast Flan.
She is
If you
so
give her,
good.
if you give her like Uberius Tooth or whatever the proc damage already, that hurts. Like it hurts a lot.
Yeah, it could be a carry. It could be carry Payra. Yeah,
Like,
Payra can
it's-
carry also. That's what I'm saying. Like
Oh my
top
God.
tier, a top tier character like in any game I've ever played is one that just has too many options. Like top tier
like-
characters they are versatile. Abyssal Euphine is so good because she's not just a damage dealer, she's also a tank. Right? Afternoon Soak Flan could be counter, it could be lifesteal, it could be Destro, it could be speed. You have no idea.
Be torn
Or it could be
pen.
it could be Guiding Light, it could be Bloodstone, it could be Dreamlike Holiday. You just don't know. When a character is that like has too many options, they can't be bad.
This is nice. This one shot's Morts.
Oh, look at that second planet. Whale.
Yep, same thing with Luna. Luna is another one of those characters. Is Luna fast or is Luna slow?
Yeah.
Is she tanky or is she bulky?
There's been a couple times I've been very glad to have a mid-speed Luna.
Yeah, on Etiquette, exactly. It's like you don't know.
Really messes with people's heads.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, the second Luna.
So
Right.
I wanted to just do something for a little bit of fun here. This Friday, we're going to get a balance patch announcement. The patch itself won't go into effect until later in the week. And it's all a whole bunch of guesswork as to who is going to be on the balance patch. So I would like each of you to pick your 5 favorite heroes, the 5 heroes you would want to see most on a balance patch.
Am I allowed to choose collab heroes?
No, because they aren't going to balance patch collab heroes.
Collab heroes is crazy.
Chat knows exactly who I'm gonna put on my list.
Anya, we'll let you start.
Let's put Moy.
And the rule is you can't pick what somebody else picked just to be a dick about it.
Okay.
Anya, give me one of your 5. We'll go around. Everybody gets to pick one.
Mui, green Mui.
Green Mui. Why? Why green Mui? Why she?
That's a good pick, actually.
It is. It was one of mine.
It was one of mine also.
I want
Character's so cool.
So bad. Like when we got the artwork of like the Mui and the casino outfit, I was like, yes, finally. And then it didn't get picked, and I'm like, shoot.
All right.
Like I really wanted
Connor,
to use.
you're next.
You know, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite character, but I think I've been like looking through a little bit. I think one of the fire characters has to get a buff. I don't know who it would be. Maybe like Cowrick, Fire Cowrick or something. I feel like one of these fire characters is like gotta get a little bit of love. We've been through enough of a patch, I think, where like one of these fire characters, and especially with like Rift coming up, maybe. Yeah, I'd say Meteor. Not Meteor. Fire Cowrick. I want to say that guy should probably get a buff sooner or later.
I was like, there ain't no way you're saying you want Mediator Quirk to have a
No,
buff.
hell no. I'm good.
Okay,
All right,
Sue, drop it.
All right, chat. Who am I picking? There's only 2 correct answers here. Like, there's the collab answer, the one he's actually just highlighting right now, and then there's the non-collab answer. All right, so I would say Blykin, but every time they would have me on Orbis Overdrive, they would yell at me because I'm not allowed to say Blykin. So I assume since I can't pick Blykin, it's Luna.
Luna, a man of culture.
ATK is happy.
Yeah, I'm taking Luna. I've asked Smilegate for this in meetings for like literally 6+ months at this point.
Yep. Buff Redhead Smilegate.
No, don't. Actually, I think the character would be so toxic if you bump that character.
Buff Redhead Smilegate.
I don't know if I would call it a. Are we allowed to like? It's not just who we want to. It's like, can we also do like?
I don't care.
If I say who I want, this would just be okay. Because
just you, dude, bias. Dude, you think my pick's not biased as hell?
No, Biako, I cannot say Green Charles, please, because I still wake up sometimes covered in sweat at 3 a.m. screaming, my posture's fine. My posture's fine. So no, we're not going to buff Green Charles. I'm not going back. Yeah, isn't Robin technically a Biken buff? Did you just get your wish, Sue?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda, actually, yeah.
Okay, Anya, who's your second pick?
Might go for Cerise.
Cerise.
I also found it really. I always found it really odd how she never has an. She doesn't have an E yet.
Because Anya hates chat. He wants a limited unit buffed.
Bro, I wanted a collab unit buffed. You were like, nah, bro.
I'm sitting up straight now because freaking Biako said Charles. I'm like, I'm sitting up straight. My posture's fine. Cerise would be cool. I really, really, really like Cerise, and I miss using her.
I like her S3 animation a lot.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite.
I'm looking over the roster right now so I could like get the deep cuts, bro.
Yeah, exactly right.
I think the character that actually needs to get buffed, and I think she might. I think we genuinely might see her on Friday.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Summer Break Charlotte. I think she's gonna get buffed. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be like game breaking enough, but I do think she's actually gonna get it. Close
You
to
think because
summer.
we're rolling into the reruns of the summer units?
Yeah, I think she's gonna. I don't know if they're gonna give her a new debuff or something. I think like she's probably gonna either get something where she like guaranteed death breaks, or she's like invincible, has some sort of, you know what I mean? She becomes immortal somehow, or like she does like 10,000 fixed damage to everyone just for existing. One of the, you know what I mean? Like it's like the bingo board. Just pick whichever one you want. Like fixed damage, immortality, like invincibility, something like that. And I think she's gonna get it. I think I'm like almost with 75% certainty she's getting it.
The Sharklet battery was like the best of times in arena. I loved using Shark.
All right. I guess I'm next. I'm gonna be the guy that takes the cool pick again, even though I feel like I shouldn't say this because
I know who it is. I know. I'm just gonna put it in there. I know who you want.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. No, even though I'm the only person, and Connor knows this, that has ever won a tournament with this character, and I want to be the guy that's the most successful person with them. I'm still gonna say Red Illinab.
Oh my god!
You remember that? You remember that, Connor? People thought I was crazy because I picked it into STG, and then I mauled him with it.
That character, oh my god! If they buff her, actually, you know what would be good? It would be good if they made her buff like hell. Oh my god, we're long overdue for an HP buff, by the way. Not saying it would be healthy for the game, but I'm surprised they haven't introduced something like that into the game. Maybe with Arya they will. And dude, if they give Illinov the ability to buff health and crit damage, oh my god, she would be so good for this current patch. They give Illinov like a crit damage and HP buff at the same time. Oh my god, she'd be like budget flan.
My goal is to have all of my picks be unfathomably based.
Guys, let's just buff Green Euphine again. Isn't that just the best way to go about it?
Dude, she died.
Tristan, who you got,
I'm
Tristan?
so mad, bro. That character.
No, not that dealer right. You put that down.
It's time, guys. Buff the redheads.
Oh my god, you are out of your goddamn mind.
This was gonna be one of my picks, so you can take it.
Tell me that's not a good take, though. Tell me she doesn't deserve it. We had like 15 minutes with the frenzy system where she was back, and then they're like she got the surgery and she was starting to walk again, and then Smilegate came along and kicked her crutches out from under and said, "Sit your ass back down. We're taking that frenzy away."
God, you know what the shocking thing is? I can't even say for sure like if she would or wouldn't even be able to kill like the new knights nowadays. I think she could, which is ridiculous.
Evidently, with 1,500 extra attacks, she can kill pretty much anything in the game. Yes.
Yeah, but like oh my god, like can she? Do you think can she kill a full HP Arya, like a 40? Was she ever able to one shot Dark Corvus?
Back in the day, yeah. But like
back in the day, we one-shotted Banshee with her on a miss. It was stupid. Back in the day.
Okay, that is crazy. Oh my god. But I mean, oh man, she could use some love. Like for as much memeing as we say like that, I don't know. They really did do stuff to her. I get it. She deserved it, and like no one liked.
They broke her legs, but they were like, "Yo, we came back to finish the job." Bro.
You know what I mean? But like I still kind of feel bad, you know what I mean? Like I still love Hua. Hua's a cool character. I liked like her concept. I liked her animations. Okay, when I say concept, by the way, I don't necessarily mean what she stood for, like character, like in terms of like how her kit worked. But I do think that like the martial artist like kick something would have been cool. You just don't need to one shot it, you know? Make her a little tanky.
I think her animation is cool, amazing. But I always loved it as well.
Yeah, like I'm such a huge fan of it. That said, by the way, if they ever release, because like now they've gone down this trend of releasing like a light and dark unit of every character. If we get Light Hua, oh my god, please, bro, please, make her like what's like the opposite of like a delinquent? Because that's what like bystander Hua is like a
goody two shoes.
She's like royalty or something.
Teacher's
like, oh my god, she's
teacher's
dude,
pet.
Please.
All right, Anyo, who you got next?
All right, I was between two characters. I think I'm gonna go for the Arunca because it's literally the perfect meta for her.
Oh,
yeah, it's a barrier meta.
Man, once again, Anyo choosing violence. Think of all of the people in chat who foddered their last Arunca into ML Arunca, and now you want her to be on the balance patch?
Follow the rules. They didn't follow the rules. Remember, guys, keep one copy of each character. Broke the rule.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if Kona steals my thunder.
I broke the rule, but then I not even kidding. I used my selector ticket on her.
Dude, for our accounts, Tristen, that's really what we do, man. Like, you throw the character away, and then inevitably we're gonna get something back. Like just okay, whatever. Like, I've got everyone else. Just give me back the old character that I threw away.
So who you got, Kana?
Okay, this is gonna be so ego. I do think I deserve a buff. I think the Red Ranger Kana does need a buff. That character.
Oh, I use her in
good.
red lobbies. I love her.
GMK.
That's a good pick.
Does kind of need like a little bit of love. You know what I mean? Like I get it. She's got like some PvE usage, but is she even like the best in slot for her own? You know what I mean? For her own stuff now.
I got the pick.
All right, I'm taking mine, bro. Okay, Elvira.
I only agree with you, Sue, if we go back to Candlestick working on that.
Oh my god,
50-minute
no!
match, man.
Oh, the Candlestick Elvira.
This character is not a real character. It hurts me so much. You can't have a character that looks this good, sounds this good, and not have her actually do something. She's literally irrelevant. If you pick her, it's a throw.
I love that period where we were like, "Is this okay, Smallgate? Hello, ding dong," and everyone's like playing out like a 50-minute match. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah. Don't you like roping people for like 15 minutes straight? While you
That
just
was
sit
some
there
of
and watch
the
your
best
opponent,
stream
man.
content of all time, guys. I'm telling you.
I remember watching Kana and I was like, this is hilarious. It's not okay, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, and like the thing is too is that if you're the Elvira player, you're like, hey, if they don't want to play it, just leave. Like, you got the option, I'll play it, but if you don't want to play this, just leave. Give me the free points. Like, whatever you want, no problem.
Who you got?
Okay, who else?
not Redhead. That's not Redhead.
Buff Redhead Smilegate.
Oh,
Buff
that
the
was my-
Redheads.
That was my next pick.
She is too hot to not be good. What is wrong with this game? Now, given she can solo Katie's, and I'm not even kidding, she can solo Katie's, but who cares? Who wants to spend 40 minutes soloing Katie's? Well, more like
right,
5, but still.
He took my pick. All right, that's fine. I figured that people would forget about her because she's so ass right now.
I didn't forget
could
about her.
ever forget
I just
about
know I pick out
Sermia's
Mobile.
ass.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure, like, you know, I'm not going to claim that she's strong. I do actually pick this character like quite a lot because some people, when they see the Litica, they're like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna pray your Litica or like your something so and so doesn't work, and then they'll pick like an Ed or something, and I'm just like,
You want Litica, huh?
all right, fuck it. Like, I'll play Servia. I could get an ML Servia game in. I'm okay with that. No problems here. I do think that character needs a little bit of love though. No, don't you
Litica?
no, don't put my name next to that character. I will get sent to court, to jail. Oh my
right.
god. People do not like that character, man.
All right, who you got on, yo? I got my last two locked in, right?
I apologize to everyone in the chat. I know we're in a really bad tank down meta, but
Oh no!
we gotta give it to Charles.
No
Correct
way.
your posture.
Green. We gotta
Charles.
give it that Green Charles, bro.
All right.
You know what I
Like,
find amusing? Not a single one of us has picked an ML. Well, I guess I did with Lionheart there, didn't I? But other than Lionheart, we've all avoided the ML units.
Well, because there's like two that's very obviously on the patch, I'm just not gonna pick them. Like there are two that like I would be shocked if they're not on the patch. Like if you guys haven't picked them by the end, I'll name
I haven't
them.
taken a 4-star either. Maybe we should take one. Yeah, let's take a 4-star.
All right. Well, I guess I'll yeah. So that he named one of them. Tristen put it already in that shit. $5. It's not on the balance patch. Yeah, that was one of them.
I do think it would be really surprising if OPSEC doesn't get changed in a way to deal with like, well, every character in the game using some set stuff.
Kana, you've been kind of like out of the loop a little bit, but back in like January, they showed like a teaser of stuff to come in 2025 and OPSEC silhouettes on it. So it's like, so was Fallen Cecilia's, and then it got buffed like 2 months after. So I'm like, yeah, the only two things that were from the silhouette reveal that haven't been shown yet are Opsig and Architect Leica. So it's like they have to be.
Oh my god, Architect Leica! I forgot that's a character.
Oh, that's
too.
right. I was trying to remember who it was.
Yeah, there's two characters that are just like they're like locked in, bro. Like I'd be like shook if one of those was not on the patch.
Opsig got focused on a photo, but then they said that it was a mistake and a glitch where they were tinkering around with things and they left it on there by accident. So yeah, I don't know, man.
Focus.
I don't know.
All right.
That's such an odd way to balance your focus.
All right, who you got? Who you got, Kana?
Okay. I'm gonna get crucified for this one. Really, I will. I'll say what Elf Mage won't.
Great.
As a fellow enjoyer of her, they need to buff Conqueror Lilius. No cap. They need to give her the E.
You know what? I'm about it. I'm down. I'm down.
That was actually one of mine.
Say what no one else will.
Yes. I actually agree. I actually agree.
They hated him for he spoke the truth.
I hate to shoot Jas to throw him under the bus. Like Arya and I, one of our buddies is Jas. My man, he bases his whole playstyle around Conqueror List. He clings to that character. He's like, no, you don't understand, Sue. She's still good. As I point to the 42% win rate. I'm like, she's dog, bro. Her time is up. She doesn't sit on the throne no more.
You know what the best part of the stream tonight's been so far? Is the look on Anyo's face when Kana picked Conqueror Lilies and we all clapped and he's like, I picked Charles and I'm a fucking villain, but you guys say Conqueror Lilies and clap?
Oh my god.
All right, I'm either gonna get chat to hate me for this one, you guys that hate me for this one, you're gonna really love this one. Fighter Maya.
Fighter Maya, really?
Yeah. I think this character is so close to
Down
being
with
good.
the thickness.
She needs a couple of tweaks, and I think she'll be really good. Dudes, troll it? Nah, bro.
Shinigami's effing real, man. Effing real.
Good take. See, I told you, a lot of people hate me, and a lot of people in chat are like based.
Well, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. And this one might surprise you because I picked all redheads so far.
I thought there was 5.
Oh no, you're right. There is 5. There is 5. Oh, there is 5.
I gotta throw one more. I gotta throw my 5th one in there.
Oh, Lone Crescent Bologna, buff the redheads, Smilegate. Come on, buff the redheads.
Tristen,
really, this girl just doesn't have jobs.
Just pick up Nikke, bro. Nikke is a game where all redheads are top tier.
Counts, Exu, counts.
If they buff ML Bologna, I think I could imagine them also giving her like free stats just like ML Arya, because that's also another free crit character. Oh my god, imagine if she gained ER based on her crit damage or her attack or something, dude. Character
bro, she gains HP based on her attack.
Man.
No, it's not Ainz. Get out of here. It's not Ainz.
Sorry, I got you and Biako confused. So where are we going with this last pick on you?
The last pick.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm actually not too sure about the last one.
I got mine, bro.
I have mine too.
I feel like
just
Kana
say
might
Silver,
actually.
but she obviously needs the help.
I feel like Kana's gonna snipe mine, but we'll see.
There's no way. I don't think this is a character. I don't think this is a character that you would pick. I think. I'd be surprised if this is a character you think that needs a buff.
All right, I'm gonna say Kayn.
Kayn's a good pick.
Man of the people. Man of the people.
Kayn was my backup pick.
Accidentally pulled him.
Like they did this man so dirty, like so dirty.
Yeah,
like
so
not
dirty.
only was this man useless, but they nerfed him. What? They said his damage is too high.
I really cannot even believe to even like admit that Kayn is a real character in Epic 7 that happened, and like his whole is like baffling. Like you would like legitimately believe that like people were lying about what happened during Kayn's banner. Like what an actual mess of a character. Like oh my god.
All right. Who you got? Who's the last one, Connor?
All right. I think enough is enough. Actually, I'm cheating a little bit because I think it's actually 2, but you'll see why I say 2. I think the Pavel variants need love. Get this stank ass fighting spirit thing off my boy. Let me pick this character into ML Politis, please, for the love of God. It is not fair that someone just picks this character for no reason. I'm playing Litica. I want to blow up the team. I've got Litica and like the guaranteed defense break on the bind with Litica's S3. Let me one-shot the character. Like I need it. I need it.
So my last character can be played as a cleave character, and honestly, it's like the only way you can actually use this character anymore. Not necessarily a buff, but like I want to rework because this character's stat line is just trash can for what she's trying to do. Little Queen Charlotte.
Queen Charlotte.
I do think she feels like she has like an identity crisis. I swear there was a period where people were building her like 260, right? And they're like fast, and then I guess they like everyone just went back to slow.
I actually only base picks for me, I'm telling you.
Oh God, yeah.
This character she just needs too many stats, right? Like she needs crit and crit damage and HP and health and speed and immunity set and pen set, but pen set doesn't work anymore. Right? And imprints. Like the character just reworked the character, bro. Like we're giving everything else free stats nowadays. Just make the character guaranteed crit, bro.
Bro, what's crit chance anymore, dude? Let's just remove the bar. We don't need it.
The funny thing is too is we also do just have like the Aidens beginning to like do her job too.
Yeah,
like but they've just got evasion, or they like give themselves some different sort of buffs. Like,
yeah. All right, Tristen, who's your last one, and why is it Closer Charles?
I want to tell you guys a little story.
Okay.
When I was but a wee lad, I would go to church every Sunday and I would pray to whatever God would listen. And I would say, God, are you there? It's me, baby Tristen. Now, God, you can take my friends. You can take my home. You can take my 25 speed ring. All I ask for in this whole world is that you let me cleave with Fire Sirmia. So Smilegate, here I sit, homeless, friendless, and 25 speed gearless. But you can make it so that I'm not Fire Sirmia cleaveless. So,
hey, Tristen, that doesn't look like Blue Shoe, man. We gotta change that.
No, oh my God. It's honestly, I would not even be surprised. It does kind of low-key feel like that Shoe character is falling off. But if she got a buff, man, I would be so mad. I don't even want to know what they would do to that character.
Go back to meta, please.
You wouldn't want Shoe to get a buff, man. I got 17 of those fuckers. Not even kidding.
I actually agree with Man Mode in the chat, dude. Just give Closer Charles the 10 speed EE at this point, bro. If KJ has abandoned him, that man is truly lost.
Oh yeah, after the tournament, the Lunatic tournament, he literally posted on YouTube him ungearing him.
Yeah, he just posted my current build of Closer Charles, and it was just had nothing
jumps
on it.
around a freaking planet. Did you notice that? He uses S3 and he leaps forward into the air over the enemy's head. Gets into a flying machine, does some shit, and then drops down in front of them further back than where he started. So the only thing I can figure is he jumps into a jet, flies around the whole ass planet so that he can drop down in front of him again. That's some freaking power. Yes, Strays can cut a moon in half, but can he fly around the world Superman style? I think Closer's got it, and they just need to like give him a buff worthy of his amazing S3 animation.
All right, I'm gonna need to take a screenshot of this tier list here at the end here, and I'm gonna have to be like, yo, who did it better?
Oh, who did it better? Let's go.
I'll ask on YouTube, bro. We'll go over on YouTube.
Oh God! Wait! Take my name out. Take my name out. Wait! Give me out.
legit,
Okay.
Kana and Anya probably are the most likely to win with Mui and Koeric. Like of all the people on the list, I'm telling you though,
You don't
I
think-
think
I
I
feel
think
like
it's I think it's Brigida's time, man. Brigida has been the arguably, not even arguably, she's been the worst
The
unit in
worst
the game
fighter.
forever.
Yeah, she's been pretty bad. I will say this though, we got AOE block. Smoggy, if you're watching, AOE
Yeah.
block, I uninstall your game.
Yeah, I think we all do.
I uninstall your game. You AOE block her, I uninstall your game.
AoE block is one thing.
We
that should never happen.
Etheria boys if you do that, bro.
What's wrong with the little AoE block? Come on.
Yeah,
AoE
what's wrong with
how
LAB
you counter it?
block?
You can't
Wait,
do
can
anything.
block be extended by
Yes.
yes. Added. Please,
Like
add
you physically cannot counter an AoE block because you're not allowed to cleanse it unless you cleanse it yourself.
The AOE
too
block
good.
AOE block is might as well just be, oh bro, it's bind, but you can't get rid of it. Like it's like a giant middle finger to every character that like
Damn it, Smilegate.
The game will just devolve
red
into
hair, set
whoever
shit on
knows
fire,
best.
Ice Soul Weaver. God damn it.
Yep.
Ooh, pretty. Want to touch the hiney. Come on, Smilegate. Do it for the redheads.
Yeah, Brigida does really need some love. Even from like the cleavers, I think I was still playing when Brigida came out, and that was like
awful.
the
Joe, you
shortest
shut your
like,
dirty mouth. Sorry, Joe said
showcase
something.
ever.
Joe said something. painful in the chat. We had to.
Yeah, Genesis Riles will have AoE block. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
We have no idea when that character's coming out, right?
Just
He
trust.
should be coming out on July 15th, I think.
Oh, July 15th. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
first like 2 weeks of July, somewhere in there.
Damn, that's gonna be a dude. I don't know what they're gonna cook. I wonder. You guys think they're gonna like release like another major like? Do you think it's just gonna be a character release, or do you think they're? Gonna
I'm
do
just
something
I'm
else?
just waiting for him to be the only character that you could 7-star.
Let me see. He should be out. Yeah, July 17th is when he should drop. If my math is
That's
right.
it. That's what makes him unique. He can go to level 70 when everyone else can only be 60. Because he's epic 7. He's
man, that
Because he's Mr. Epic 7.
He's the first
a D&D,
7-star
bro.
unit.
Yeah, he's an actual god, so he's above the mortal realm. Actually, you know what? That
Oh,
wouldn't
man,
even be that bad, bro. That wouldn't even be
I
that
hope he's cool. That like honestly, for as much as we mean, like I hope they do something so different with him. Like transforms it. Like I can't even imagine what it'd be like. I thought about like what I would want from his kit. I hope he has something where he like revisits like you guys know like in I don't know if you guys ever watched like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but like when Aang looks down like the line of like his ancestors,
predecessors.
like
Yeah, the predecessors. Yeah.
yeah, like the predecessors, just like a whole line of them. If he just looks down like all the like different Razes that have died, it would be so cinema. Honestly, I think that would be so cool for him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn, it's
What
like
is
2
this?
a.m.
It is late o'clock, bro.
Yep, guys, it is late. I really appreciate all you guys being here. You want to give out shout outs for your channel, Anyo? Welcome to the Content Creator Program, buddy. We're so glad to have you on board.
Thank you
And
so much,
Kana, thanks for coming out of quasi-retirement to chill with us and geek out about
Yeah,
Epic
yeah,
7.
yeah.
And
It's
And
good
Sue,
to talk to you again.
it's always
for
good to
sure.
have you, bro.
Yep.
Plug
I'm
your
here.
channels.
All right.
You guys can find me on my alt channel, not on my main channel for E7 related stuff, at Morikana. I have been disturbingly swamped with making guides for games in general. So if you don't see me on Twitch, that's why. I apologize. It's been a little minute since I've streamed, but I still pop in here and there to watch people play E7. I still talk about E7 a little bit, and I also definitely still lurk a little bit in the official Discord and like the guidance ground. So if you guys ever need help, that's likely a better place for where you could find me. That gif is still so funny, by the way. I love this one so much.
I know, I'm loving
the
this.
Arya one. But that's me. Thanks again for having me, Tristen. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you being here.
Hello. You guys can find me on Annual on Twitch and YouTube. We'll probably be back to streaming very soon, probably tomorrow or Friday, because I'm finally a little bit less busy. Yeah. Thank you for having me on. It's been really fun.
Guys, appreciate you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Guys, I appreciate you all being here. You can click on the names in the titles and give these guys follows, subs, check them out. We will catch you all tomorrow where nothing is happening. There's no new units tomorrow. There's no Rift tomorrow. There's actually literally no content tomorrow except Rift went away, so there's actually less content. But a week later, everything goes crazy. Get hyped for the balance patch adjustment announcement this Friday, and I will see you guys next time. Anyoa is a new official content creator for Epic 7, so wave and say hi and follow the guy. Holy shit, that rhymed. Catch you later, everybody. You know what? Is there anybody streaming we can raid?
Drac is doing Claire Obscure.
Oh, we are all going to drop a bomb on Drac. Let's go. This is my good friend Drac. He is going to be doing Etheria as well. Make sure you guys go check him out and say hello. And I will catch you guys next time.
Yeah, he's, by the way, one of the best Etheria players from the final beta. So ask him all of your PvE related questions.
Genuinely one of the smartest guys I've ever met. Definitely be following him if you want to play Etheria and get a head start there.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm going to go check out the Sirmia that lives behind my eyelids. You guys have a good rest of your night, and I will catch you guys later.
All right, later, guys.